Hi guys, before you listen to this tea time, pay close attention. This video contains all of the grievances I have with Guild Wars 2 in one 2-hour bundle. It also contains Brazil. Over the past few weeks, I've seen a lot of my friends quit, and that hasn't helped with the slightly bleak-looking update schedule we have ahead of us. Long story short, there's a fair bit of venting in this one. I do try to stay relatively positive and even brought along the champion of the light, Deroir, to keep things under control. Now that you know what you've got yourself into, sit back and enjoy the fiesta.
The teapot later,
Fucking bunny.
Yeah. Are you often late, Deroy? Or how prompt are you with your streams? Actually, just out of interest.
I'm like always like 5 or 10 minutes late, like at the most. Like
Okay.
it's not even close to like the tea time.
This is 22 minutes
Lateness.
late.
You know what else
But
is
it's like
late?
it's always just a few minutes.
Okay. What else is late?
Living World.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? That's Brazil. He's here, straight to the point, and that is kind of to the point. Okay. This you can kind of get an idea of what this tea time is going to end up as. As you may have noticed on my kind of the past week, okay, I've been a bit disillusioned. I've been feeling like the game is like just imploded, or I can't even get people together for raids anymore. It's just like the community is a bit kind of rip. I guess I've kind of tried to rationalize this, saying it's just like the Christmas period. It's festive, people are going crazy, opening presents and stuff. But I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of hitting me the way that the game kind of ebbs and flows right between content releases. It's pretty sad, and it's upsetting me to see all my friends just not log in anymore. In fact, I'm pretty sure most of the people who watch the stream don't even play the game anymore. Okay, because they just I don't even know. I don't know what the hell's going on. And you know what? They add content into the game. Okay, and it's beetle races. Okay, now don't get me wrong. Okay, I don't mind a good beetle race. In fact, I had fun with the beetle races for like an hour. Okay, and then it's gone, and now it's done. And now I have to wait. And then I was saying, you know what? Maybe there'll be Living Story in December though, because you know what? ArenaNet said, they told us that they've created new technology to speed up the Living Story releases. Okay, and oh boy, it's going to be 4 months because it's almost certainly coming in January. I would be amazed. I will give away all my gold. Wait, I'm actually really poor right now. Okay, fine. No, I'll give away 10k gold if Living Story comes out in 2018. Okay, it's not coming in 2018, guys. Shit ain't happening. It's going to be next year at this point. There's no way out. Okay. But and then someone pointed out to me, and I don't know how I didn't notice this because I have no concept of time. Okay, I have no concept of time whatsoever. Do you know how many raids came out in 2018?
One? Yeah.
One.
And let's actually go a little bit. So before, I've already actually, I'm sure, gotten some people, especially those of you watching from Reddit or in the YouTube comments, that really love me, because the first thing that happened was Brazil throwing a fit about the game. So in honor of all of you, I've actually worn My Chemical Romance Black Parade hoodie. So go ahead and get the emo Crybaby Brazil out, because you've all been baited already, and I am the Guild Wars 2 puppet master. So
the puppet master is here.
Now that you've all lost, and emo Brazil is here to stay and shit on ArenaNet for 3.5. Yeah, so the raid that did come out,
it was good.
I've done it a few times. Yeah, the first boss is a keep construct, copy and paste.
Not exactly.
No, exactly.
No, I really like Conjured Amalgamate actually. You know what makes me sad?
Construct, copy and paste. Let's just be real. Let's not try to like it. It's basically the same model. They changed the like.
Does that matter though? Everything's just a.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 nihilism. I'm just saying one raid in a year.
Female humans walking around.
One raid in a year. One raid in a year, and the first boss is a copy paste. Kadim is actually like pretty good. Kadim's a pretty cool fight. It's interesting, but it's like one boss. The Largos is kind of cool, and then there's the Choya that runs around in a circle.
Yeah,
so like it's the last half of it is good. It's like Deroir, it's like, okay, it's Deroir for like the first half, but then he puts on that fucking pink wig, and you're like, all right, now we're fucking talking. Now we're getting somewhere.
You fucking idiot.
But just once in a year, just one raid in a year, and how many did they say that they were gonna like try to put out constantly at like E3 when Heart of Thorns or whenever the fuck it was, PAX East, West, I don't fuck. They were like really hyped. They're like, we're gonna release raids. Guild Wars 2 is just going to be a raid. And I remember good old Nemesis saying, if there aren't 8 raids at launch, Heart of Thorns and the game will fail. He just didn't factor in for all of the gem store mount skin sales, and that's what's keeping the game alive, because there's no fucking content at all. All right, off to a good start, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
I'm gonna drink my emo tears, my fuel, wear my My Chemical Romance hoodie, and we're just gonna fucking go at it. All right.
All right. So, okay. From my perspective, I guess, right? The game has always tried to be a multifaceted thing that never really succeeded in one area in particular, because of that one reason. It always tried to cater to a multifaceted player base. Well, this is World PvP and PvE split into 5 different regions, right? The developers in the game, well, in general, has always been just, it's had so many faces and so many different people wanting to do one thing or another. No one's really ever been that full, like PVX, I'm here for everything, right? And I feel like what I mostly encounter when I find people are burning out on the game is exactly that. Well, the game isn't made for just playing one game mode. It wasn't made for just raiding. It wasn't made for just PvPing or world versus worlding. As much as we want that to happen, as much as like any of us might want that to be the case, right? I want this one game mode to be the fucking shit that I can play all day long. Give me 10 raids tomorrow. Here we go, boys. It's not going to happen because it's not trying to cater to just that one niche. And the more we like separate ourselves from the rest of the community as a whole by saying I am just a PvEer, and then saying I am just a raider, or I just do fractals or dungeons, and then it's like, but I have to push this. I find myself pushing myself into this corner where I've gotten so good at the base level of what has been given to me. I now need to set myself aside somehow. I need some sort of prestige. How do I do this? Well, I push with good people. Well, the people aren't there. We need to form something up. Motivation slowly starts to maybe round off for some people, and it all just kind of fades away, and you're stuck in this mentality of I want to go hard. I want this game mode to fucking be the thing, be the shit. And it doesn't. We can't push this single game mode unless we like look beyond the barrier of entry that is, it's not the only game, the only game mode or the only factor of this game. And yeah, we burn out. I burned out. I've been where Teapot is right now, kind of disillusioned.
Yeah,
sad.
I'm disillusioned.
Annoyed with my friends and the game.
Well, yeah, a lot of the disillusion is coming from almost like people's attitude to the game, right? Because you're absolutely right here, right? Like you're completely correct. Like, because I feel like every time I raid with the lads, right? Like nothing really changes, like no one gets any better. No one really gives a fuck. It honestly feels like a huge amount of people who I play with, I don't even play the game for fun. It's almost like part of a routine. Like they play the game and they log out for the rest of the week. Like you do a raid clear, you log out. And when you do the raid clear, okay, you don't even try and do it well, right? You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God. And look at the PvPers. Like a lot of the PvPers don't even enjoy PvP. It's because, again, there are so many issues in the game mode that just don't get addressed. It takes so long for it to get addressed. The same is true in World versus World. Scourge is still like a really big ass problem. Like Firebrand, arguably even more so. And it's just like, why are there so many of these problems? in the game. Like and then you look at the way the game is balanced even in raids, right? It's like, oh well, I'm sure ArenaNet care about balancing the game in raids, right? It's like, no, they've consistently simplified and dumbed down the game, right? So like any kind of enjoyment you can get out of it is actually diminished by the gameplay, right? Like even on itself, like now everything is 10-man. Like Druid Might is 10-man, which is just ridiculously overpowered. Spirits are 10-man, ridiculously overpowered. Like Chrono Signet, they tried to nerf Signet, but they actually buffed it beyond belief while dumbing down the Chrono rotation, by the way. Okay? Then they removed Sigil of Concentration, so the cast is completely face roll. It's just, what is this? Okay, what's going on here? Like they had fucking Deadeye to the game, which is like got the most riveting rotation ever, right? It's just, what is going on here? Why are they doing this? It just, a lot of the issues with the game don't get addressed and more get introduced, right, as time goes on, and I think it's really actually driving people away.
Deadeye, I've got my Deadeye rotation right here. This is the Deadeye rotation.
Swinging the dagger.
Yeah, and it just feels bad. It feels damn bad. I'm not on the verge of quitting the game or anything. I really like the game, and not just the game, the community as well. But it's just
let me because we're kind of. I mean, we can go on with about just this, and we will for the rest of it. But I have one question for both of you, I guess. Bullet point. What do you actually want out of this game? Bullet points, not an essay. What do you want?
Oh, sure. I can do that. Basically, 2 raids a year. That'll do me. I think that would actually be enough, right? A massive rework on balance in PvP. Probably like halve the damage output and boon, just halve everything in PvP. Like PvP is stupid right now. Like even it's stupid. Okay. And add alliances to the game. Nice. Okay, easy. There you go, bullet points.
That's 3 easy points.
It's not going to be easy, right?
No, it's not going to be easy to execute.
Simple, and easy are very different things. Very different things.
Okay.
So I have a simple, very simple desire. I want them to redo dungeons and add challenge modes to dungeons. That is not easy, but it is very simple.
So what you guys want, if I may,
I actually have one more. I want the glow to persist on my legendary armor. Those are my only 2 requests.
Yeah.
I want them to fucking Paul, my Christmas present from you. Just fix legendary armor. It's been like 2.5 years. It's been almost 2 more years twice probably since legendary armor has come out. So just like just me to you, you to me. Just fucking do it. Like holy, either just do it or just say, we fucked up. Oops, and like it'll be cool. It'll be cool.
So apart from a pretty shine,
yeah,
the core of it all is that you just want content, right?
Me?
No, like both of you. It sounds like all that we really want is content. It's not.
So the not necessarily. The reason that I played Guild Wars 2 for like what has it been, like 6 years? Like I don't really play that much anymore. Like I logged in yesterday trying to like do some stuff just to see what it was, and I was gonna attempt to raid with Teapot, but my computer started fucking up because I need a new one. Just crashed, power supply's fucked. But yeah, so like I did in a Raw Path 4 and we got to Melandru, and it was a combination of like people like not knowing what they're doing still, like not understanding like break bars or like class mechanics or what's happening, and nobody wanting to do dungeons in the LFG. Like we sat there for like 2 hours, like while I'm just playing Exodia in a different window, and like just in the LFG asking guilds, nobody wants to fucking do dungeons. And so like that, like everybody's still bad in Fractals. Raids are the same. Like I can go into a raid not having played in months on engineer with like a class that actually has a rotation, still remember the entire rotation, still do top damage, and it's just like, oh, okay.
With Severance Sigil.
With Severance Sigil. And it's just like, everything's the same as it's been since they made a big deal about raids being hard whenever they were released at Heart of Thorns, and like wanting to release a lot of them, because the real problem is that the people that work for ArenaNet, the test and play the game and are enthusiasts about the game, whatever, like, they're all skill clickers. They're all just bad. They have no knowledge of how to fucking like play a video game. Like, some of them have some decent ideas about how to make a game, but it's like playing the game and like having ideas and like working in teams to like build stuff and put it out. Like, they're not very good at that. Like, some of them are okay at it. That's why Guild Wars 2 is what it is. But none of them, I would honestly go so far as to say that like there are probably 0 people at ArenaNet that can like play Guild Wars 2 at a level that's above like a bad Fractal Pug. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Should that matter?
And like, so yes, because they thought raids were going to be hard and that it was going to take people ages to do Veil Guardian and like Wing 1. And like Cards Guild and Dom with 17 M's in his name, they killed Veil Guardian and like the beta. It was either they killed it or they got really fucking close because nobody could get into the instance because it was crashing and they don't test anything. So like, oops, Veil Guardian like still gives people like Veil Guardian Slothosaur still give people more trouble than fucking anything else. And like they just go in never having raided, no raids, and just like done. People clear fucking Wing 1 within like a week of it being out. And then like Wing 2 and like the rest of the shit, like Wing 2 took what, like 2 days a day?
But
Wing 2 I think took like
we're going into incomparable situations here.
No, we're not. The problem is that they thought all this shit was going to be something and it wasn't. They thought dungeons were going to be hard, but they didn't think about Berserker's armor. So like they release stuff, they think it's going to be something. They suck and they don't test, or they test it and they're just bad and they can't test it at the same level as the people that actually fucking play. And so it comes out, it's a disaster and everyone gets mad and they say, oh, okay, well, we're just going to move on to something else. Like, that's been Guild Wars 2 since like they just do something, it's not what they want it to be. More often than not, it sucks. And so they just leave it alone and move on to something else that's exactly the same. Like, that's just a giant fuck.
Are you okay? Brazil, are you going to sit here and say that the newer wings should have more and harder mechanics, or just tighter, what's it called?
No, I'm saying that there aren't more. I'm saying that there is very little raid content because raids were probably a failure in their eyes, at least like higher ups than maybe the raid devs. And so they don't want to put a priority on it because people aren't really playing the game to raid. Raiders aren't sticking around. The people that are just buying mount skins and logging in for beetle races. And like, people just were too good at raids because they have never understood.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So
I'm saying that's why there's not any.
Do you want it to? My question is, do you want raids to get harder? Is that the thing? Because at a certain level, we're kind of reaching that point.
I'm not asking for like raids to get arbitrarily harder, like as time goes on. I'm just saying there aren't more raids because they don't feel that raids were successful. Probably.
I agree.
Yes. Okay.
I agree. On that front, I agree. I genuinely believe that the player interaction with raids is so low that they are actually, well, considering it kind of a failure.
Yeah, no, it's been a failure since like Wing 1 came out and people did it in a week because it probably took their playtesters like a year and a half to fucking like kill Veil Guardian, and people killed Veil Guardian and like with adaptive armor on Scrapper Tank. It's like, okay. Yeah, Heart of Thorns traits, and then now people like what 3-man Veil Guardian, like that's.
But okay,
I think that's why there's not
the core of the situation.
Let's get
at the core of it, I guess. At the core of that argument, I guess, is that players aren't playing it, right? That's not the fault on Arena, is it?
No. The core of that argument is that that's why there isn't more raid content.
Because
the
players aren't
effect
playing
of
it,
there
right?
not being the effect players not playing it is because there isn't more raid content, and there isn't more raid content
You
because
believe, okay, so you genuinely
someone
believe
thinks it
that
was.
if more raids came out, more people would play it.
Yes, because
People are
there
already
would
mad at like the one raid a year, and they're not getting into it, and
they
like,
think
oh
that's too much.
no, like raids in general is too much to some players. It's a
Yeah, that's
casual
why
part of the
that's why
game.
there are other things to do, and that's why like if they like focused on doing multiple things instead of doing one thing and abandoning it because it wasn't somebody's like dream vision and everything went perfectly, like that's what they do. They release something like it's a fuck up on some degree for who knows what reason, and then they just abandon it and do something else, and then it's a fuck up on some degree, and then they just abandon it and do something else, and then that just goes, and that's happened since 2012.
I think a big, well, certainly with in like my sphere, I suppose, like the lack of additional content, like additional raids, additional fractals, particularly with challenge modes, right? It has caused the community to decay, right? And like it does cause that. Like a lot of the raid scene just like dissolves, right, between updates because it takes so long, and you don't really know what the hell's going on either. It's not just that it takes a little while. It's that you don't really know. Like you have no expectation. Like we know that, for example, like we know that they're going to be working. That Wing 7 is going to come out, right? But I just don't know if there's going to be another one after that.
There won't be. No, there almost certainly won't be.
It's I don't know. I think that just the pacing of content is definitely important, but also the fact that it doesn't change that much, right? I mean, like, look, Druid and Chrono have been like best in slot since Heart of Thorns release. That is a problem, I think, and that it's kind of got worse as well in general. Like it's more painful now because they tried to like nerf Druid by saying, "Aha, we'll take away Grace of the Land. This will show them," but they gave them 10 target might stack instead, right? That's like, ugh. Yeah, okay. Like,
It's like your balance team. First of all, this goes back to there probably not being any good player. I would say with a pretty high degree of certainty that there just aren't any good players at Arena. There just aren't.
well,
And so their solution to balance is to like whenever a Snowcrow's video or something got to the top of Reddit, they would go, "Holy shit, that's so much fuck. We got to do something about it." And then 6 months later, like after people had already found new strategies or other things or had things sitting in their back pocket, they'd nerf like something random. And then it's like, "Oh, okay, cool. We know how to fix that already because we can adapt within a matter of like minutes to hours." And like it takes you 6 months of like going into a room and having 8 people draw on a whiteboard and cross things out because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like that's why like Druid and Chrono, like Chrono went from this is going to only ever be the like only source of alacrity and really quickness because that's like it's the lore. It's the Time Lord. Chronomancer is fucking Doctor Who, and there's only one of them left. And now suddenly there's Ventari Revenant with alacrity, which is the best healer still, but nobody fucking plays it because Druid is just like several degrees of like just more broken. Like it's just fucking insane. And it's easy to play. But like I don't know, like it's they try to do something, they don't balance it correctly. They like make things way better on accident because they don't know how it works or like they don't know the interactions, and there are like weird bugs and things that get through because like they don't bother to like it's just very very puzzling. I don't know. It's
I
just
don't
confusing and sad.
I mean, sure, we can be annoyed with balance and whatnot and all the other factors in the game, but I mean, I don't really see the Druid and Chrono as a game breaking thing that's gonna chase me out of the game because it's theirs.
I don't necessarily.
I don't understand where we're going with this argument.
Well, yeah, you
I
don't
think.
seem to understand much of anything, so that's
Oh
not
my god.
But-
Jeez, there, buddy.
No,
like,
let's
this is-
be friends. Yeah, okay.
No, we've had this problem with like every single point that has been made in this discussion so far. But regardless,
No, you're
like,
arguing that. Okay, so mate, you keep arguing that the game is shit because the game is shit.
no,
Yes.
no.
What
I
you're
mean,
saying, you're saying
no.
balance is shit, so the game is shit. Fuck right off, or get on my level. All right, bitch. The Roy coming out there. No,
What?
but for real. I mean, mate, can you just at least? All right,
Yeah.
make it. Just, come on.
That's okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
You
I'm
say
not
that
gonna-
you say the devs aren't cunning. Doesn't matter. It doesn't like.
No, I did not
it's all
say
about,
the devs.
It's all about
I
the
did.
sta-
I.
It's all
no,
about the statistics of
no.
what might happen. It's all about like you don't have to be good at the game to be developing the game, do you?
No,
Yes,
no,
no.
no. I agree with Roy. I actually think it. You know, you don't have to be. You don't have. To
I don't
be-
think that every single person at ArenaNet has to be esports Snow Crows pro.
No, exactly.
I think it would be helpful for some of them to be, in order for balance to like have happened at one point in the game, which so far like there's you could make cases that maybe never has, that sometimes it has, but like raids getting conquered, like I mean I'm just repeating things that I've repeated that like I don't know if you've caught on to them or not, but like if there were better players testing things, like if they had tested things at launch or like looked at Berserker's armor or just thought, I wonder if we can just go full damage and fucking clear AC in 5 minutes, because this is something we've been working on for years and maybe we've never tried, but then people do it within like a month of release. And with Ospu is soloing Lupicus. Like, they don't have anybody there that's doing that sort of thing. And so whenever content gets released that they have some level of expectation for, which is that it's going to take people a long time to do, it's going to be hard, and then they have
Okay.
people come in and just fucking run over it like immediately.
Maybe you know something that I don't, but they have never said that this should actually necessarily take X amount of time, did they?
No,
Except for
and
Wing 1, they never said anything about the difficulty of raids,
Yeah.
except for you needed Ascended for raids, or the final bosses. That's the only comment they've said about the hardcore content. Actually, the difficulty of it.
Okay, but
They've never argued that you shouldn't be able to do it in X amount of time. They've never
would-
really stated anything. And
it
you're
would be
putting words into,
reasonable.
you're creating a straw man here, mate, of ArenaNet, just saying this is what they're doing and we can do it better. And like I don't disagree. They could definitely get better feedback. They could definitely make better content. Yes, they could test it better. They could get more feedback. But I don't see where like
Yeah, no, I think no. In this particular instance, I think Deroir is right here. I don't think they ever intended raids to take that long. In fact, I think they probably Wing 5 was they probably thought that was too hard, right? Okay.
that's why they toned them down.
Yeah.
which
so
one was that?
Hall
Was
of
that
Chains, Doom. Yeah, Doom.
Okay.
Yeah, they probably thought that was too hard. And I think Wing 6 is probably, I think this is really weird, actually, okay? I think they thought that Wing 6 was going to be quite difficult, actually. And you know what? This is a really fun fact. This is a fun fact. Wing 6 is absolutely savage. In particular, Largos. This was a really interesting meme to me, okay? Largos is really hard for for pug groups, right? I didn't know this because like we actually like one-shot it on progression, right? But it's really hard because you have to do damage on that fight. It's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Oh yeah, and Slothosaur is brutal as well. So in terms of difficulty, I don't think the difficulty is the problem. And yeah, like in a way, the balance isn't a problem. The balance doesn't drive people away from the game. Like the balance is just stale to me, right? I'm not saying the game is bad. Like this is the thing. I think you know, maybe Brazil says the game is bad, but I'm at this from a slightly I'm at a slightly different perspective. Well, okay, I don't say the game is bad, right? I think the game is extremely good, right? You know what I mean? I just think that it's just like I look at the game and I see a lot of wasted potential. Right, that's my problem with it, Deroir.
I agree. I agree.
And that's what's pissing me off, man. Okay, it's just the game is amazing, right? But it could be so much more, right? Again, I feel like ArenaNet has like a fucking space rocket, okay, and they're like driving it around town at 20 miles an hour. It's like, why would you do that? Like, what's going on here? Like, what's the point? It's just you have like the framework for like guys, it's got to the point where I'm looking at other games that I want to play, right? Okay, because the game has this framework to be amazing, right? Like the game has so much. The framework is out. Like the combat system is good, okay? Like the lore is great. Like the graphics are really good, really pretty, okay? Like everything about it is amazing. Like the way the mechanics are, the way the classes are, elite specializations are great, okay? It's really good, but it's just like. It just really frustrates me when I just see that it's okay, we're going to do like a massive like casual meme fiesta with like fucking beetle races instead of like actual content, okay? What's going on here? What's going on?
They want people to buy beetle skins.
To some people, that is content, I guess. That's the thing. That's the thing I've said at the start.
To play their game.
Exactly.
This is
the entire game is structured around a very casual base. If you want to push it hardcore, you do your daily raids or whatever in 5-man, 6-man, 8-man, low man, whatever. Like the game is extremely versatile in every facet. Every single game mode is extremely versatile. If you want hardcore content, if you want to push the content, do it. It's there. It's actually there. It's just not necessarily rewarded. But what a lot of people seem to be arguing, or in the back of their minds at least, I'm not saying you guys necessarily, but is the prestige. People want to be rewarded for their time. People don't want to just play the game because it's fun, or they enjoy it, or they want to push themselves. People want an external factor to be introduced. People want. I mean, you giving me that look.
No, I'm thinking as you're speaking. I'm not calling you an idiot. I reserve the right to, but
oh yeah. Cheers. Freedom of speech. Yeah. Oh, I'm all on board with that. So don't worry.
Well, I understand that argument. Of course, there is hardcore content, but the thing is, like, it's there's like not much. What annoys me is when I see also another thing that has kind of been getting to me and weighing on me a bit is that I read the forums, I read the subreddit, right, and I look at the way the game is going, and I go like, damn, dude, like this game ain't for me, is it? Fuck. I look at the game and the community as well, and it just feels like, oh shit, I really am on my own here. You know what I mean? Like it's time to I guess I better just shuffle off. You look at the hostility towards raids and like any kind of challenge at all. You have people complaining about like one raid a year when literally everything else in the game is extremely casual and completely free. You have people calling for the beetle races to be nerfed when you have to. I'm not even good at the beetle, right? Okay, I'm not good at all. The Halloween race was the first time I actually used it, right? That basically, I did that in the achievement, and it got nerfed into oblivion. I did the beetle races when it came out, right? And it took me like less than an hour to get gold on them, right? It's like, I'm not even good. I'm trash. And it took like an hour to do. So how can people be complaining about this? Like, what is this? It's so easy. It's so easy. It makes no sense to me. I feel at times like this.
But does it matter?
I feel incredibly disconnected.
There's nothing at the end
of
it, anyways. There's nothing at the end of the road for the beetle races. Why complain about it? On either end, if you're good at it or you're bad at it.
No.
Why care? Is my opinion here.
Okay.
I don't care if people are trying to nerf this content.
It's because the attitude of the people that they want around.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
Incompatible with the attitude of people like the three of us who like so the reason that I played Guild Wars 2 for as long as I did, despite there really being anything to do other than get mad at it in the last 5 years of its life. The first year was okay, but anyways, was because like I wanted people to engage with and like do things with, like get good at dungeons with, like to socialize. Like it was a really good social outlet for me, and like it was something to invest time in and to get good at, and I enjoyed it. Like I like the way the game looks. Like I like the flair, like the characters, like animation, shit like that. And so like there are all sorts of things that are constant stimuli that are engaging to me and I enjoy. But like it gets to the point where there's as much like nerf the beetle. I can't fucking, what do you mean? I refuse to bind to set a keybind for dodge, so I have to click my endurance bar, and it's too hard to hold down both mouse pointers at the same time, left and right click, and steer my beetle, and also click the endurance bar because that's my play style. That's how I do the beetle race. Like that when you're like dealing with that sort of person who is like you, Deroir, like you make all of your gold in game. You probably don't really buy gems or spend money on it. Yeah.
No.
Okay, Teapot it may be the same way, but you like to buy Black Lion keys.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. But like I think the people who are like I mean I like to spend money on Guild Wars 2. I was talking about that before we started. But like I mean I've spent a lot of money on gems. I don't really care. And so it was enjoyable, it was fun, got cool stuff. But like I think like hardcore players like me are in the minority. I think most of the hardcore players that like want hard stuff and like engaging stuff, they don't spend money on the game. Like I don't think they do that. People that log in and they haven't logged in 6 months and they see shit, there's a beetle race. A beetle? When they fucking add beetles to Guild Wars? Holy shit! This looks like something that. Well, I mean, this is cool. I want to see a beetle. This person's got a cooler beetle than I do. What the fuck? I want a beetle skin. So they go in, they fucking buy shit. There are other mounts. What the fuck? I bought that expansion, but I never played it. And there are other mounts. Oh, holy shit! I can get skins for all my shit. I can buy dye packs. I can buy gems and convert it to gold and fucking holy shit. Guild Wars 2 is the best game ever. And then they get bored of it because turns out there's not a whole lot to do in beetle races. And so they stop playing. And then 6 months later, they come back. And so like I have this like weekly epiphany where on like Thursday mornings, usually, maybe Fridays, like I wake up, go to the gym at 5, come home, and I'm like, okay, I'll kill a couple minutes before work. I'm going to look at the Guild Wars 2 Reddit. And I open it and see like the top post is fan art. The second top post is Guild Wars 2 is the best MMO ever because one person in Queensdale was really friendly and they helped me kill a rock golem on the dam and I did my heart quest. Yay, Guild Wars 2. And it's got a developer response. Then like the next post is the fucking Musicians Guild who's done this content for the first time and has 30 minutes of them just, running around. And then it's something about like how the soundtrack is amazing. It's like it's just fucking constantly. That's all that's on the Reddit. Like the official forums or people probably still complaining about how hard Turret Engineer is to counter. Like it's been years since I've looked at that. But fucking like this is the people that spend money on the game and that ArenaNet wants. They want the like 10 seconds of feel good. They want the premature ejaculation. Like that's all ArenaNet gives a shit about. They don't want people like us. And I think that's obvious because like I quit. All of the hardcore people quit. Deroir like just looks like just depressed as hell.
Wait,
probably
what?
80% of that is from me.
No.
But like the other 20% is probably because of Guild Wars 2. But like we're all just sitting here having a fucking Guild Wars 2 midlife crisis.
Here's the thing. The
It's
game
because
isn't
they don't
designed
want
for
us.
10,000 plus hours. It isn't. If you want to play one game mode for 10,000 plus hours, like take a break. It's not like play something else. If it dulls you,
There are other game modes though. There are other things to do. They just
I agree.
yeah, like they don't really update them frequently enough, or the updates just don't have enough, or there's an update and they're like, oh shit. Oops, it's fucked. Like the tiniest little fuck. We're not gonna unfuck it. We're gonna do something else. Like, oops, shit. PvP this. Uh-oh. Well, it turns out that the fucking world championship with cash prizes really wasn't a success, so we're just gonna cancel all of PvP. Which is what happened. And then, Grouch probably got fired, and so there's no hope. But like, I don't know. Like fucking dungeons, the death sentence, there were really like there was like dungeons had 2 stages where like you're like BDSM is cool.
Wait,
And so
what?
like they redid Ascalonian Catacombs. You're like, fucking, I like to get choked. This is awesome. Choke me a little bit harder. Those Graveling knockdowns, they need to be punished. Fucking just tighten the grip. And then Aetherpath, like they squeezed a little bit, and then the fucking eyes popped out of the socket, and it wasn't cool anymore. And then Dungeons died. That was Dungeons. That was Dungeons. Like Dungeons, there's no hope for that ever happening. And it's like it's just they're never gonna get updated. They're too fucking broken. Like without me spending 7.5 hours talking about every single tiny aspect of Dungeons being broken, and like they just have to completely redo them all. Like they're just it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna get fixed. That's all I want. I'd like Dungeons to be cool again, but it's not gonna fucking happen.
No.
Like
Not
if they
for 4
fix
years.
I would come into this game tomorrow if they just fixed legendary armor. If it was just like if the glow just persisted,
Why
like
do
they said it was.
figure about?
Because he's
Because
fucking
everyone-
memeing.
everyone else
He's
is
memeing, dude.
transmuted their
He's fucking
fucking thing
memeing,
over.
man. That's why.
If I would spend $10,000 on Guild Wars 2 tomorrow if Paul just updated the glow to persist on legendary armor. I'd fucking take out my credit card. I just put it straight into the gym. I'd buy all the Beetle skins they've ever made, more than once.
Yeah.
But
Fucking hell. Oh boy, this fucking tea time, dude. Holy shit.
I also want to make it clear, I don't think I've personally attacked ArenaNet, but I'm sure they already think that I have with every statement that I've made because I don't know, whatever. I don't really give a fuck anymore, but that's just also another problem is that they lack perspective on what people are actually saying. And they just like the trend seems to be that like they really love the like couple seconds of praise, and there's a demographic that gives them that and also buys Beetle skins, and then people like me who criticize, like give honest feedback, it never gets acknowledged, and so it has to get cranked up to fucking not even 10, not even 11, but like 75 is like how far it has to get cranked up to before there's any kind of response. And then whatever, like I don't know, it's just kind of sad because I want to play Guild Wars 2. Like I want to have fun playing the game. I want it to be cool. I have friends that play. Like I like to play with them, but they're either not around really anymore so much.
We need that color to
But-
persist now, guys, so we can have fun.
Just fucking
Not
just
be
the
sad.
glow persists.
Um,
Brazil, the glow persists. DNT. That's my
Yeah.
name.
No, it doesn't persist. That's the thing. Oof.
You're correct.
Yeah,
It does not-
Uh-huh.
yeah. Let's not get baited by that, guys. Okay, that's that's a big old chunk of bait right there. On the legendary armor thing, but I mean, to be honest, okay. I think I am being a little. I think certainly I am being a little more scathing than I actually feel. I'm just honestly the last week. To be honest, guys, okay. In 2018. How many, I've had like 50 weeks of like, feels good, man, in that last year, okay? And then the last week was like, what the fuck, okay? And I just thought about some really, I thought about the grievances with the game, and I thought, that, dude, what is this? Why isn't this game living up to its full potential? And then I was thinking about like, oh, damn, dude, I'm really not the target audience. And I tried to look at other games, and there's really nothing, okay? It makes me sad because I agree with you, Deroir. Like, if you don't like it, just go play something else, right? But then you look at the something else's, right? And you can't really. Like, there's no game. It feels like a player like myself doesn't really get targeted by any company anymore.
We're not the main demographic. It doesn't sell.
Yeah, I know.
Hardcore, they just don't sell.
Games have become like there aren't any like WildStar is the most phenomenal example of this. Like there are not games for people like us anymore. Like the people like us, like that existed back like D&T, back in like old school vanilla WoW, like when there were people that were single and at home and were in their like early 20s, like late teens. They're like, we're gonna fucking hardcore the shit out of World of Warcraft because it's fucking a hardcore 40-man raids. Holy shit. They just fucking like built one of the most like notorious MMOs of all time. Like you have fucking Schmitty winning Alienware laptops and PvP and shit. And like now WoW is like just like you just look at it and you're like, what the fuck? And like WildStar was like Carbine got this really weird idea that like that was still a thing because those people all grew up and they got jobs and family, and they had kids that turned out to be like, I don't know, whatever. Like they've got responsibilities and lives. There's the generation like us that was right after that. And like we're all like, we don't have to play video games. Fucking buy gems and turn into gold. Who gives a shit? And so like that's like I think the vast majority, either that or like you have people that are a little bit older and don't have time and they don't give a fuck, so they just spend money on gyms and beetle races. But like WildStar died because there truly aren't any, like, the hardcore crowd is very small. They don't like back games financially. They're just not there. And like you can't cater to that because it's just not gonna like support your studio and your game anymore. You have to cater to the people like that are fucking just gonna come in and spend microtransactions just constantly, or like enough like every 6 months to where it can pay out severance packages and whatever else has to go on. Like I don't fucking know. Like Guild Wars 2 is funded by like mount skins and gem store outfits. Like really, I think it
And that's
probably
great.
is. It is until
great
you
that it is,
realize
isn't it?
like what the game is built on. It's built on a foundation that is constantly shifting and will move on, and that constantly happens. The people, like, they don't stay around. People like us are the people that stay around, but like they, I don't know.
I mean,
Whenever you have that game, whenever you have the Wild Star, which maybe it was a good game, I don't fucking know. I refunded that shit in 15 minutes because I knew it was going to be a train wreck. But yeah, like those games close and they get taken offline.
honestly, the casuals, the more casual player does stick around. Well, they don't exactly stick around, right? They come back whenever there's something else to do. A lot of the way that Guild Wars 2 plays is that
It goes in cycles.
it goes in cycles. Yeah, very much so, right? And Deroir is right. And again, I am just complaining here, and I realize that my complaints are in a way a bit ridiculous. It's just, it feels bad, man. It feels bad, man, because it wouldn't take much more, right? Is the way I feel about it, right? Like it wouldn't take much to make me stick around, or well, I am going to stick around anyway, honestly, because I love the fucking game, man. But it's just all I need is just give me a little bit of raid. Like, why? I know that, like, a really big thing that just should be in the game by now. Why don't you get something for doing raids multiple times a week? Just something.
Why do you need that though?
Just something.
Like, I mean,
because I actually think, I mean, that legitimately would actually increase raid population. I think people would do it more. The trouble is that there is no incentive for actually being good at raids, right? Okay, and here,
there is. It's just not very. It's not very good.
You need an extra, like, you need intrinsic value to be attached to it.
Not for me, but for other people.
No, but like most people need, like, they need an external value, right? You need rewards. You need to slap some gold onto it to get other people to join in on raids.
Definitely, yeah.
That just sucks.
I mean, it sucks, but look, okay.
The content is great, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, no. This is the, look, Deroir, I am totally with you, dude. And I raid like every fucking day, pretty much, right? And I have fun, right? I enjoy. I even do fractals now, guys. Okay, I even do fractals. Amazing.
Rex,
right? No, God, no. Oh my God, no. I have fractal god, guys. Okay, I've done all this stuff, right?
What?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Well, ages ago. I got fractal god like months ago, dude.
Wow, I thought you completely quit it.
No, I'm the fractal lord, dude. But
you know why they put effort into fractals, by the way? Because it's an infinite gold sink for hardcore players, so it takes their money away that they generate, so they hope that they spend money on gems to buy stuff. That's why fractals
Why does it take money
effort.
away or gold away?
Because like getting all of the like min-max like fucking fractal master shit, like it's a gold sink. The agony resistance that you don't need, like all of that shit that
you don't really need.
Yeah, but it lets them filter in the LFG and like just look for people. Like that's how they take money from the elitists, and so that's why they put effort. And it looks really good on stream. Like you fucking turn into like Teapot stream, like whenever the new Fractal CM is out, and it's just fucking laser beams and particle effects and balls flying in everybody's faces. You're like, what
Great
the
shit.
fuck is this? Holy shit, this is awesome. Guys, what the fuck? I want to do fractals. Holy shit.
I remember you
Fuck
shitting
yeah.
all over that one. saying it was
Yeah,
too hard.
no,
There's too many mechanics.
it is. It's bad. Like it's
No,
a
it's
horrible
really fucking
design.
good. It's pushing the limits of the number of mechanics that we can have in this game. We got hard content with a lot of fucking mechanics, and we shit on it.
No, I do have to say, right? I think that 100 CM is really good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
My
one is
favorite
that?
Fractal.
The arc one, the laser
That's
beam
arc,
one,
yeah?
the laser beam one. Okay.
The one that engineer completely trivializes. Sword Shield Engineer just deletes every mechanic from that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. That's
know.
why I remember it. Yeah. No, it does. But watch my video.
Okay. I don't know. I think 100 CM is really good, but okay. But on the rewards thing, right? I know the only way to motivate your average player in Guild Wars 2 is rewards 100%. Look at PvP. Recall Season 5, right? They added incredibly overpowered rewards into PvP. What happened? Population went up massively. Okay, they nerfed it into Oblivion the next season. What happened? Population fucking tanked. Okay.
PvP is still one of the most rewarding game modes overall.
It's true.
Continued play, so I don't really.
This is
compared to literally any other gameplay or game mode in the entire game, and PvP will come out on top as the most rewarding.
It is actually true.
Gameplay.
You get so much gold. You get so much fucking gold.
Anyone shitting on PvP rewards for being bad, I don't fucking understand where you're coming from, mate.
You actually get a lot of gold in PvP.
I can get on board with the lack of prestige or whatnot, or it's only the top 1% that's rewarded with a bit of prestige. But the actual gold value and legendary outcome and whatnot that you can get from it, top 10.
Yeah, it's
like
certainly
you're
not
talking
bad.
about just like constantly playing and farming it, yeah?
Yeah, just ranked.
Are you talking about like just like throughout the day, or are you talking about within like a certain allocation of time? I would think that like if you're just going to spend an hour doing something, that like fractals would be better. But I think I agree with that, based off of how, like, the idea that I'm getting of what you're saying.
Well, then when it comes to raids, right? Like raids are, if you compare that, they're probably pretty unrewarding, right?
No, raids are completely like there's just the exotics that you get from those are worth like 20 silver, and like you get like a gold for killing a boss, and like.
I mean, it's okay, right? It's okay.
It's okay.
It's not bad, right? And if you get some Ascended, then you're definitely going to make a lot of value. If you get Ascended, it's definitely good money, right? Like, you definitely get some serious value. And if you account for the Magnetite, it's probably pretty good. But I do think that it not being repeatable is a problem, right? A lot of people do repeat them just because they're fun. Like, a lot of people insult do, like myself, of course, right? I can repeat those. I like raids. It's fun, right? But one problem. This kind of goes back into the balance, right? And I don't know. Maybe a lot of people in chat and perhaps yourself, Deroir, kind of was saying that it doesn't really matter. But what I find about the balance in Guild Wars 2 is that it makes the raids very uninteractive. Once you kind of have them down, it's why I like playing in training raids, because you actually have to interact with the fight a bit more. But if you stuff like Mesmer and Druid make the fights very uninteractive, and that's why I have some problems with it. And what do I mean by that, right? I mean it by the fact that you basically end up with 3 guys doing mechanics. That's double Mesmer and the Druid, and then you have like 7 people like damage, right? Okay, and that to me is well, for a start, it's very frustrating because I end up playing with basically idiots, right? Constantly. Who don't do anything. Like all they know how to do is hit the boss, right? Which is really, really frustrating, by the way. Okay, and on top of that, it just causes you when you play a damage spec, when you play DPS, or like a pure damage spec, it just feels like you aren't really interacting at all. And I understand why some people think that raids aren't really that good, because honestly, if my initial impression of raids was that you just hit this DPS golem until it dies while like 2 guys carry all the mechanics, yeah, that isn't fun, right? To me, like the raids are much more exciting when you actually have to do mechanics and engage with the fight, whereas like with the way the meta is right now, like you really don't. You just, there are so many mechanics that just get completely obliterated by the support core. You're running around with permanent resistance, permanent stability, every boon in the entire game, right? And while everyone's doing like 30k DPS and the boss dies in 2 minutes, it's just, Yeah, there's a reason why I enjoy training raids more than like a clean raid in a way, because like raids when they're done well, or even to like an okay standard, are just bleh, you don't do anything, and that's a bit sad to me. And a part of that is because like new content doesn't keep coming out, right? Because of course, for the first few weeks, right, of a raid, it's extra spicy, right? Extra spicy, of course, because you don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, we're trash, right? And that's fun. Like, progression raiding is my favorite thing to do, right? I love progression raiding. It's the most exciting thing about raids for me is overcoming a new challenge, beating something new. But I just feel like ArenaNet have really painted themselves into a corner with regards to like how raids actually played. I think they've like almost deliberately done this to make raids easier, right? In my opinion, like, hot take here, boys. Okay, like raids are extremely casual content, right? Extremely casual. I don't think you can even call raids hardcore at this point. Like, the amount of effort you have to put in to do raids is basically the same. It's basically like spend half an hour practicing a rotation and buying gear. That's it, right? And then you can basically like completely like face roll everything pretty much, or at least some of the easy bosses. Like, and I really don't want to. I don't really want to flame here, but I can take new players into raids, right? Like very new players, some players who have never raided before, right? And you can beat like 10 bosses in one day plus, right? And the reason you can do this is cheating, basically. There's a lot of things you can do to cheat, and heal necro is one of them, obviously. But just you can skip so many mechanics and pick like the easy bosses that are very carryable, right? There are some bosses that are very, very carryable, and that's because of the fact that you don't need everyone to do something, right? Okay, and that's why stuff like Doom and Desmina is Desmina is arguable, right? But Doom is such a great boss, right? Because it requires like everyone to actually do something. I like Kadim for this as well, actually. To be fair, Kadim is a really good boss for this.
Kadim is a good boss.
Because Kadim, if you have like someone screwing you over on Kadim, you'll know about it. Okay, you'll know that there are too many fights in Guild Wars 2 that, because of the way the balance is and the way the game is, and the enraged time is in a way, you can fuck up and basically do none of the mechanics and you'll still kill it anyway, right? I think that's a bit of a problem. I think that is something that I think detracts from not only my enjoyment of the game, but actually everyone's enjoyment for the game. I do think that sort of gameplay within raiding, where it is just a bit of a get carried by the support core, right? Your druid, Chronos, warrior, right? Get carried by that is a bit, that does actually drive people away. I think legitimately it does as well. Actually, it legitimately does. But I don't know. I was a bit of a long rant there, but I'd be interested to see what you would say to that, Deroir.
No, I actually agree. I mean, to a certain degree. I agree that it's trivializing. I'm usually always the person that steps up to do mechanics. I like to do mechanics because it engages me with the content much more, and it gives me a much better experience of just everything. I think that's one of the reasons why I've always favored 5-man content over 10-man content, is just because, it's more interactive in a sense. There's not really a tank to like take the heat away from you or whatnot. You have to be just more on your toes with the 5-man content in this game. Raids to me are not necessarily the peak end game of Guild Wars or what it could be. I think it's a band-aid, so to speak. I think dungeons would have been a much better solution to go with the actual 5-man content of this game. I think the balance and the game structure and just in general, it would have been much better off with it without the 10-man content. Debate me. But yeah, I mean, so I agree. I see exactly where you're coming from on that front.
10-man content, I truly believe, was a mistake, at least the way it was implemented, because I understand why, because like you want to get like big group of friends and all go have a party together and whatever the fuck, and we don't like there's probably some degree of, it's new and hardcore and nothing's ever been done like this in Guild Wars 2 before, so we don't want 8 people to be stuck. We have one group, but fuck, we don't have another one. Opposed to like starting a new group seems like more of a task mentally, I think, than saying we have 8 people, we just need 2 more, opposed to we have one group of 5 and then one group of 3 and we need one for a second group. People are just like, oh, okay. I think there's probably like that went into development, I would think, whenever they're deciding on how many people to put in. But like putting all of that shit in and then subgroups like not really meaning anything, but also still kind of having weird interactions and shit. And so like, but not upping buffs to 10 players. Like if like spirits and banners and all of that shit was just like 10 targets from the beginning, which it probably should have been, like they would have been able to balance things a whole lot faster. There would have been like a whole lot more diversity, like quicker on, like you would have been taking more DPS classes or more whatever the fucks, I don't know. Like there are a lot of things that could have been done differently. I think the 10-man was just not a good idea, like realistically. And like I think it was just one not good idea among others. It just is what it is. I don't know.
I don't mind 10-man, but I agree that there are some implementation problems. Like the reason why 5-man feels interactive is because honestly, like in 100 CM and 99 CM, like every player has to do stuff, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And in raids, that's just not the case. Like in theory, a 10-man raid group should force all the players to interact every single time, right? You know what I mean? And I don't think, to be honest, like with the way what fractals are supposed to be, what dungeons are supposed to be.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Is Big L retarded?
Oh, okay.
Just like I've been just like watching him in chat the whole time, and I'm just like actually kind of wondering now.
No, let's be nice to the chat. Come on, no. Big L is Big L is a good lad. He's a good lad.
Making an effort to just come off as an idiot. Like he's really trying.
No, I can understand why you wouldn't want to see any more like 5-man content. I don't think 5-man no, okay, come on guys, let's not. I don't think 5-man content is exactly going to fulfill the same role as 10-man content, because guys, let's talk about this, right? Look, fractals and dungeons and raids are very, very different. Like the gameplay is very, very different. If you look at the gameplay in a dungeon, it's actually most of the gameplay from a dungeon is actually mostly about like moving around the instance, right? Okay, and handling how you traverse between the bosses, right? And then
it is about
bursting it down.
Routing.
Correct,
yes,
yeah.
That is
and
routing, I think, is the best simplification.
And I think that that's a very fine thing, okay, but that's not for everyone, and that's not obviously what Big L is into, right? And fractals are kind of like the mid ground between raids and dungeons, especially in stuff like CMs, right? Because the CMs actually do have a fair amount of health. Like an arc fight takes longer than some raid bosses, for sure, actually. And Ensless and Mama as well, probably, like obviously Ciax and Scorv. Well, I guess Scorvold you can kind of say he takes a bit of time, but he kind of just gets insta bursting. Yeah, you know what I mean?
The phases that you kind of have to jump.
So they're a bit of a mid ground, especially on CMs. And to be honest, I think honestly, what I would like to see from a raid, and this is credit to the Fractal team, like I think that a raid would be ideal, like a fractal just scaled up to 10 people in a way, right? Where again, if you look at a fractal, like every player has got to do something, right? Like I mean, that's not it's not strictly true. Like there's a lot of like Mesmer Druid carrying, right? Of course, in fractals, like the actual optimal way is to play with 3 DPS classes, right? Because you can just not get wrecked. But even so, right? You're gonna get really hard carried by like spamming the boons and the healing coming out from the Druid, right, and the might and stuff like that. But there is one thing about fractals actually. I wonder if this was intentional, but they did actually nerf Chrono really fucking hard in fractals, right? That was kind of funny, but you still run it everywhere. But you know what I mean, right? Like it will be interesting to see fractals just scaled up, where every player is kind of forced to do stuff, and with regards to raids, I mean, again, like it's just that lack of. It's the lack of being forced to engage. I think it's actually caused a lot of problems in the player base. I think so many players are used to getting carried that when they have to do something, it's really hard. For example, a great example. This is one of my favorite things. Okay, and I know Deroir is a bit of a fellow Guardian enthusiast. Okay, so maybe you can sympathize here. I feel like if you try and play Firebrand Renegade in your raid group, right, it's gonna go to shit. Not because Firebrand Renegade is particularly bad. It's just that it requires everyone in the group to do something, right? So, because Firebrand Renegade, you can kind of get the job done, right? With quickness and alacrity and might, right? That's no problem. And healing, you can cover all of that, no problemo. Okay, right? But the way that you have to play the game with this composition is so radically different that people just can't handle it because they're not used to actually doing something. Like suddenly, your other professions actually have to, do stuff. Right, and that, I think that's actually a direct consequence of like how the balance of the game is, right? Like people are very used to just getting like carried and just do nothing by so many players, and that's a bit, that's obviously a big problem in my opinion. But I don't know. We need to do something positive. This is too negative, guys. This tea time is. We need to be PMA. Let's be PMA, guys. Okay.
I enjoy carrying to a degree because it makes me feel like there's more pressure on me, and like also like believe it or not, this may be difficult for some of you. I actually like it when other people enjoy things. That's really weird coming from me, huh? But like, if someone can like come in and like maybe they only ever want to, I'll explain, because I'll explain why that is and why that may be confusing. So if someone wants to come and experience a raid for like the first time, like a long time ago, Noxy, like I wanted Noxy to raid and like be able to get like spirit shards or whatever because Noxy needed the masteries and shit. So I said, fucking come on, let's do it. And we got Noxy into Assault group, just went in, like fucking smash shit. And hopefully Noxy had a good experience. I don't know, I would imagine. But like, if I can carry somebody through a raid so they can see all the colors and the bosses and go read all the little lore papers, like I'll fucking, like if somebody wants to do a dungeon, like watch all the cutscenes, talk to the fucking NPCs and shit, I'm down. I'll take you, have a good time, enjoy Guild Wars 2. I would like for people to do that. When I start to get really fucking mad and like lose my shit is when somebody tells me, I want to be good at this. I want to be a hardcore raider or whatever. I want to fucking join D&T and be good at the game. But they don't actually want to do that because it turns out, oops, there's effort, but they just want to like kind of sneak in anyways. That's when I get mad. People see that a lot and then they just think, he hates everything. And then, whatever. Okay. But like, it just gets like, it gets to a point where like one or the other, like people will see, okay, maybe like we can all get into Teapot's group and I'll just kind of get carried and go through and see things. And then maybe we can get our legendary armor. And it just kind of starts to roll a little bit and pick up momentum. So like maybe suddenly the entire guild of Salt just turns into like horrible players who like just want to get carried and like get stuff. Yeah, like I don't know. Like I don't know what I don't know.
I thought that already happened.
Whoa!
Is that what happened?
Whoa!
Did that happen?
Oh!
I just like, But like, and maybe if there's just more shit in the game, like people would have other stuff to do instead of like thinking, okay, well this week I can get carried in raids again, or this week I can do whatever. Like if they could go experience like something new, like if there was a faster, release schedule, or there was perpetually new things to do where they could go experience it, maybe still take a break, log out, and come back and whatever. Like that would be cool, but there's just not any of that. So like it turns into like really weird shit where like is it people just want to come in and get carried all the time, or like you have people that go real fucking hardcore, like find out like Tempest DPS min-max rotation number version 17.9.3 and fucking kill that golem. And like then they're like their content becomes, we're gonna fucking, if you're not exactly as good as us, fuck you. We're gonna sit in the LFG for 17 hours straight eating fucking Doritos, waiting for that one person to come in so maybe we can get them into our guild because nobody wants to play with us because we're fucking losers and we need friends to play with who are exactly like we are. Like, that's what Guild Wars 2 starts to turn into. And like, that's what it's been for like 3 years because there's not fucking shit to do. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm fucking losing my mind over here.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, I hear the frustration in your guys' voice. I do.
Yeah.
I've been there. I mean, I'm not going to discredit it. Like, it's totally grounded. I definitely understand where you guys are coming from. I've felt it. Like, this game will eat you up and spit you out or shit you out, whether you like it or not.
I mean, that sounds perfect for someone like a Rofia. Like, the game just eats you up and just shits you out. Like, see, you just nailed it. Like, that's content for a
The
Rofia.
question is, do you enjoy it? Like, right? Do you enjoy getting shit out? Is it fun? Because the game is fun. Like, I enjoy the game. I enjoy the mechanics of the game. I enjoy playing the game. I don't really necessarily like. I've kind of given up on rewards.
I enjoy
like,
the game.
There's not really anything to like. I've been here for way too many hours. I played this game way too long. There's not a single reward in this game that is actually worth necessarily going for. So why am I still here? Well, it's because I really enjoy it. It's fun. I'm genuinely just having fun. I kind of had that realization a couple months ago, like actually over the summer, where it was like, why the fuck am I like still here? And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna cut out all the shit that I don't actually care about. I'm gonna stop raiding every other day. I'm gonna just play the game I'm gonna play it, so to speak. Like play the game modes or interact with the people that I find interesting or fun.
Not all of us have an NPC in the game, Deroir. Okay, all right. No, I completely agree with you.
Teapot in the game. What are you talking about?
No, I'm with you. 100%.
Are you in the game yet, Teapot?
No.
It's an Elonian Teapot. It's definitely him.
Pepe hands, boys. Pepe hands.
I'm Balthazar. They put me in the game. Balthazar.
Oh, you know what, Deroir? Okay, let me put it another way. Okay, let me put my frustration another way. Okay, I really want Guild Wars 2 to be shit, just so I can say it's shit. Okay, the problem is that the game is good. Okay, that's actually a massive problem to me.
Yeah.
Okay, the fact that the game is fun and is good is annoying to me. I want to be able to say, you know what? The game is trash. I want ArenaNet to patch the game to the point where I can actually quit. Okay, you know, it's just. I don't know. The game is so good, and the community here, I really enjoy the community as well. Like the Salt boys, okay? You know, the Soul gets some flame, okay? You know, Soul gets a little bit flamed, all right? But no, come on, let's be honest, right? They are extreme, you know, I love the community. Best guild in any game, by the way, okay? Right? But it's just the fact that there are these like glimmers of brilliance, okay? That's my actual problem with it, okay? Because it feels like to me that they should be it should be capitalizing on that, like all the amazing parts about the game. But and there are these issues that I genuinely feel like they know how to fix, but they just don't. Right? It's I don't know. It does make me sad. Like why? I mean, some stuff like why has there only been one raid in 2018? You know, like why
we
is
already
it?
talked.
Yeah, well, yeah. Just to kind of, I don't want to say issues, right, and just issues, right? You know what I mean? Like, I want to reiterate, like why, you know, World vs. World alliances, like the game mode, World vs. World is bleeding out, man. Okay, it's dead, it's on the ground, it's dying. You know, it's in the down state, but
keeping it alive is last right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It just feels like, you know, it's getting stomped. ArenaNet, what are you doing? ArenaNet has Signet of Mercy. They're on Firebrand. ArenaNet, res him. Come on, man. You know, but it doesn't happen, right? Like, what the fuck's going on there? I think the community is really upset with like the way PvP is. And here's the thing: there's a big difference between balanced, okay, and fun. Okay, like PvP is actually pretty balanced in my opinion. I think honestly,
yeah,
I don't have many problems with the balance in PvP. Okay, but there are some problems with like just It's fucking AIDS, dude. You have like Mirage like spamming evades, like Soul Beast that's going crazy and like evading all over the place, like and like killing you with its axes. You've like, oh, you know, honestly, Warrior's not that bad. Like Holospin's okay. You've got
yeah. Who said the like? I think it was you or Angels who said if you don't like it, play it.
Yeah, it was me. I always say that, right?
Yeah.
But I know, but I already do play. I play Firebrand Scourge, dude. The biggest cancer there is. Okay.
I picked up Firebrand just because I was getting jaded from like everyone else kind of like saying that there's so many condies everywhere and the burst was so heavy and whatnot, and I like experienced it for a bit with Hollow as well for a couple of seasons. So I picked up Firebrand this season, and I have not had this much fun in PvP as I am right now, just because I can actually survive for more than just a second in like a burst. It feels good. I like playing Firebrand. I like support Firebrand. It's great. PvP is actually really fun. I played, I think, 120 games in the last 8 days.
Holy
Feels
shit.
good.
How are you still solo queue?
Yeah, exactly. Still solo
My
queue.
God.
So just the occasional duo here and there. It's good fun.
Holy shit. My fucking Deroir's got nerves of steel, dude. Holy shit.
I know, right?
Holy
I lost literally every one of my placement matches. It was the greatest fucking thing. And but it was fun. And I placed like silver and I'm plat now. It's good fun. It's just you just keep climbing. It's just
gotta kill the warrior.
Just gotta just rush the Lord. Just rush the Lord.
Just rush it.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. You know what? Scrap this entire guys. I'm not gonna upload any of the previous 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay. This is what I'm gonna. Okay. Here we go. Right. Let's talk about this, guys. I'm an old man, and the gaming industry in general is no longer targeted at me, and I'm mad about it. Okay. And not mad about it, really. I'm actually just sad. I'm not gonna, thing is, guys, you'll never see me making like an angry forum post, okay? That's what the, aggressive casuals do.
That's what TeaTime, okay? An hour and a half of TeaTime.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's what TeaTime is for.
That's what Big L does.
No. Dude, Big L's got like all raid CMs, dude. He's not fucking kid. He's not fucking casual.
I mean, we were talking about people getting carried earlier.
Nah, he actually didn't do them with salt, so he actually pugged them on his own.
Did he buy them?
No. Oh. No, we did not buy them. But anyway, yeah, it's just I don't know. I just want Guild Wars 2 to make something for me, man. Okay, it just seems that it seems like all the game is not really targeted at me at this point. You know, like 99% of the content just isn't really like ad stuff. It's not for me. It feels bad, man. Okay, and then they add like it feels bad. It just takes too long, right? And then it's sad, and then I'm sad because I want to play a game, and it's not just that. It's not just the fact that it's not for me. It's more like anything, right? Okay, I can have fun in like open world. Like, whenever the new Living Story comes out, right? We're gonna go crazy, and I'm gonna bring Salt into the open world, and we're gonna fuck around, right, and be memeing all over the place. You know what I mean? And when when alliances come around, like hopefully we'll have some fun there as well with Salt. But what has been really upsetting me, like over the period of time, like between like this content drought, if you will, is that I just see the community kind of fade away, right? And I see the people I like to hang out with in the game and just have fun just decay, right? They just dissolves, right? They just leave, okay? Because the game doesn't hold them enough, right? It doesn't hold people as well as I think it could and should, right? And that is kind of the main core of the issue. I miss my friends, chat. Okay, they're all gone, and they all quit. Feels bad, man.
That's what mostly what what gets people to kind of quit the game is their friends quit. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, and that's.
Well, I think most people who have been here for X number of years now in the game will have experienced that at least once.
And I hopefully you guys can kind of cut through the my rant, right, or whatever, you know what I mean? I hope it hasn't seemed too negative, right? You know what I mean? Not too. I don't like to be negative. I do like to keep it relatively positive, right? You know what I mean? But
I'm being negative so that you next to it seems more positive.
No, yeah,
I've been puppet mastering this whole time.
Oh shit!
I'm the emo kid, the My Chemical Romance hoodie. This is all just a 300 IQ play right here. See, I'm filling all the chat in.
Yeah, it's but you know what I mean. It's just I really don't want to be negative. Hopefully, if you guys make it to this far on YouTube, you haven't already disliked the video. This is going to be one that gets a lot of dislikes, boys. Oh yeah, but I don't like to be negative, but it's yeah. I see that that's kind of struck a note. There's some Pepe hands in the chat. You know, it just makes me sad to see the people that I've really had great memories with in the game just fall away, right, and just go. You know, and that sucks, right? That fucking sucks. And you know, and the thing is, you know, I'm not gonna fly. You know, I don't want to roast ArenaNet too hard. I recognize what they're trying to do here. You know what I mean? It's they have this large part of the player base which is casual, and that's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with casuals. You know, in a way, even I played the game relatively casually. Now I just like fuck around. You know what I mean? And you know. Just do memes and raids. At this point, like the game to me is less about the actual content and just being in Discord, like fucking around with people, you know, like doing some dumbass memes while we, you know, while we play the game. You know, that's kind of what it's about for me. And I really enjoy the content. Don't get me wrong. I love playing around with like new builds or like dumbass builds, right? Or just, you know, trying to help people in the game. You know what I mean? Like that to me is where I get my fun now. Like my fun now is like trying to help people in raids pretty much and doing some stupid ass shit, like some funky stuff, right? You know, so you're wiping groups of 500 mystics, you're jumping off the platform for 500 mystic coins. Fucking nice, boys. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing is where I get the enjoyment from. But you know, just in like the last week or so, like the veil kind of got drawn back, right? And I kind of looked at it and I was like, oh man, dude, like this fucking sucks. Okay, it fucking sucks.
Is it the legendary armor video?
Yeah,
that coincidentally got uploaded the same day as the Reddit drama because that was maybe a 300 IQ engineered play, fucking 40 chess on the whole goddamn community.
Yeah. Wait, is current state of the game is the evidence of the living world? No, I don't think. No. Actually, no. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I don't think the living world is a failure on any level, right? In fact, I actually think it's really good. The only problem with the living world is that it's too slow. The technology was supposed to be here, and also what I don't like about living world is that it's inconsistent, right? You'll have really great episodes or some parts of episodes that are great. For example, the Joko fight was actually really good. I actually really enjoyed the Joko fight, right? I thought, yeah, nice, good job reading it. But then the map, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And then you have the new map. Then you have the current episode we're on now, which I think was actually very well executed. Right? It was well done. What, Brazil? Come on! You can't shit on the story. Oh, for example, like the story this time was great, and the map was really great, right?
Okay, the story is the only consistent thing that's been going into the game. I think it's literally the only thing that ArenaNet believes 100% in.
I don't think Living Story is a failure on any level. But the map technology, what the fuck is happening, and like 3 other things that I don't remember because I was so just fucking like in awe at how you just listed like 4 failures after saying that, like the pacing, the release cycle, like the technology. How are you defining failure? Like just a complete like nobody likes it, it generates them no money. Like I'm confused by that
because I'm judging it on the actual quality of the product, and the quality of the product is good in my opinion.
Okay, but then you listed like the disaster with like the instance crashing and like the maps crashing and not being able to load it, and then like the release cycle being way too slow. But you said you didn't think it was a failure on any level.
Because I mean, just because there are problems with something doesn't necessarily mean it's a failure. I'd say there are problems with raids, but I wouldn't say they're a failure.
Yeah, but you said on any level.
I mean, okay, fine. I shouldn't have said that. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. Fine. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously. But again, failure. I wouldn't say failure. No, I'll stick to that. It's not a failure. There are just some issues, right? It's certainly true that I'll give you that. Like when it comes to like the instance crashing, yes, that should never have happened, right? That was a big disaster, like big clown fiesta, right? That we can all agree on that. But when it comes to like the actual, I wouldn't call them a failure, no. Or I would say it's not a failure on any level, yeah. I think that they have delivered on what they're supposed to do, and they probably do make a lot of money for ArenaNet, to be honest, because those mount skins, boys, okay? Those mount skins. Juicy!
To this date, is the only consistent content that we're getting in Living Story. Everything else is up in the air. Everything else except for Living Story.
Well, and yeah, that lack of communication is what you're referring to there, I assume, like with regards to being up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lack of communication is a really big problem. I think. I mean, obviously, like we just don't know what the hell is going on. I wouldn't be so. I'm pretty confident there's going to be a new raid in next episode, in episode 6, right? Okay. But the thing is, yeah, because they're alternating, right? Beep, boop,
we have
beep,
we have the 5th episode first, right?
Yes, so that's why I said episode 6.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you said the next, and then I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a fractal in 5, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a raid in 6. Okay. And now that will be fine, but with the way the release goes, like how long is it gonna be before episode 6? After, because at this point, it's January, right? It's when the next episode's gonna be. So is it gonna be 2 months, right? Probably not. Let's be honest here. Is it going to be 3 months? Yeah, maybe. Or is it going to be 4 months? Right?
It comes out in March.
In March? Well, that's not that bad actually. That's fine then.
How long has it been since the last one already?
No. The next Living Story is coming out on
March.
January. Episode 5 is January, almost certainly.
March.
No, it's not.
What do you think March?
It's not coming out.
Like 6 months.
It's not coming out in March.
Like between the episodes.
Tell me when I'm right. Tell me when I'm right.
All right. Can I tell you when you're wrong as well? I'll just send you a tweet that says wrong.
All right.
When they
I remember the first time we really had this discussion when how long is it going to take for Living Story to come out after Heart of Thorns release? I remember everybody's like,
but that's not the kind of schedule that we're talking here. We're not right after an expansion.
I know.
So I don't get the correlation here between the two.
Because they're very bad at keeping pace and releasing things. It'll be March.
It's going to be February at the very, very
Do you know when Guild Wars... No, it's going to be March. Do you know when Guild Wars 3 is scheduled to come out? Since I may or may not have insider information.
Shit.
250. Yeah, like... Guild Wars 2 is set to release in, I think, 2026, which is actually like and they've got like all of the devs at the company basically working on that, and that's why there's
no way it's gonna take them that long.
I don't care if you don't believe me. It doesn't matter. Just tell me when I'm right. That's all you got to do.
2026. This is gonna be.
That's when Guild Wars 3 is set to come out. It'll probably be later because let's just be honest. But like, that's the idea. I mean, we could also talk about like all of the libraries that have like been hidden in the game since beta, and Arc DPS's debug mode that you can get into and hook into all of those and like fly and do all kinds of other crazy shit. That like is not supposed to happen because they pay Arc like to do shit. Like we could talk about all this shit.
Oh my god! What?
Get the tinfoils out, boys.
What the fuck?
Tell me when I'm right.
Bring it out. Let's go.
That's all I ask.
I mean, I don't know about any of that. But
you don't have to. Just tell me when I'm right.
This is some Illuminati shit, dude. Okay, this is some serious Illuminati shit. Yeah.
And trolling. Tell me when I'm right.
Yeah. Oh man, what a view there. Oh wait, what were we even fucking talking about at this point? Oh yeah, release schedule and yeah, with the communication, right? The other thing I would really want communication on, actually, let's talk about this, Deroir, okay? Where am I want some new elite specs, dude. Okay, I want me some new elite specs, or at least some new ways to play the class. And I do like the class reworks, and I hope it's gonna happen. They're gonna rework death magic. Maybe that will be fun. But again, I just feel like this stuff needs to go quicker and be more radical, right? It seems to take a long ass time to get anything done in Guild Wars 2 land. But yeah, I don't know. I just want my elite specs, but there's not gonna. It's kind of implied that there's going to be no expansion, right? But the thing is, like, again, that kind of scares me. Like, why won't I realize it's going to go straight through season 5 to season 6, but does that mean there's going to be an expansion in between, or does it mean it's going to have to wait until after season 6? Like, let's talk about how long has season 5 taken, right? Okay, what's the average gap? It's like average 3 months between episodes, I want to say, right?
Season 5 hasn't come out. That's Season 5 is coming after this. Season 4.
Oh, season 4. Sorry, I don't know what the hell. Yeah, I'm confused. Okay, you know what I mean.
It's alright. It's all right.
I'm very confused. Okay, I'm an old man. I have dementia. Okay, I have Alzheimer's.
The answer is 1.5 years.
A year and a half. Yeah.
That's how long it's been going already.
Already. Okay, so it's going to be 2 years then for the full thing, roughly. Would that be fair?
Yeah,
A little under
right.
2 years. A little under 2 years. Okay, so
Yeah.
if that means there's going to be another series, right? Another season, sorry, before the next expansion, right? Then we have to wait another 2 years before we get new elite specializations.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yep.
Yowza.
Yep.
Zongo.
But we're gonna get a new mount.
Yeah.
Need more elite specialization.
It's gonna be great.
There will be another class, and
Yeah.
probably
No, there won't.
And new
Stop
weapons.
with this.
Oh,
Yeah.
There won't
Yeah.
be a fucking
That's
class.
actually-
Stop it. Stop it.
There's going to be 3 new classes. Is that right? Is that right? Instead of elite
Yes.
specs, new classes.
I actually think that this isn't any inside information. I just think that there will be 3 new classes and no more elite specializations. Yes,
Okay.
a light, a medium, and a heavy.
Yeah.
I think that because I mean, elite specializations. We've the theory. We've got two elite specializations, and then the core class, and they're all supposed to be good at something. Like they're each supposed to be like one's a condition damage, one's a power damage, the other one is like a who fucking knows, like some kind of support thing, or like a CC or whatever. Well, like warrior, like you got a condition damage berserker, you've got a fucking power. What's the other one called that came out with Pathfire? Warrior specialization?
Spellbreaker.
Yeah, you got a power spellbreaker, and then like core is like CC DPS. Like that's fucking like 3 specializations, 3 different things, whatever. So like I also think it's way too hard to make new elite specializations and like balance the shit. So why not just do something like maybe as hard, just make 3 new classes and just fucking do it. Like I think that's what they'll do. I don't think that there are going to be any more elite specs.
Well,
That's I don't actually know anything. Like Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars 3 2026, that's 100%. 3 new classes, like
Yeah,
I would confidently assert that.
100%.
100%.
All right.
I mean, well, I mean, who knows? Anything is possible, right?
We got fishing before we get a new class.
I mean, Guild Wars 3 is certainly a little while out, either way, right? Regardless of the date, like who knows? I mean, who knows what the hell's going on with Guild Wars 3? But I don't know. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I am as soon as there's new content, I'm gonna be like fucking pog, dude. Okay, you know what? On Tuesday, guys, write off all of what I said here on TeaTime because I'm gonna have a great time opening my Black Lion keys. Are you ready, Deroir? Have you got any Black Lion keys?
Well, like 5.
Do you know how many I've got, Deroir?
I don't do what you do.
Do you know how many I've got?
I do like a weekly farm or something like that.
Yeah?
Like a carry.
I'm being baited. Can I want to
Oh wait,
if I go into this? This is really
who's
cute. This is
baiting
really
you?
cute.
All right, let's go.
Totally irrelevant. Sent me a DM on Twitch.
Oh, nice.
Hey, I'm kind of serious. Really, can you hack the DPS output? Oh fuck. He just messaged me and said not bait, so I have to scroll back up. Hey, I'm kind of serious. Really, can you hack the DPS output by editing packets in Guild Wars 2? The fly and other hacks are kind of getting boring for me, TBH. I really want more fun. Don't worry, you can trust me with the info. Hacker since 1 year, not banned yet. I've searched the internet and can't find any. Only packet editing, but they're encrypted, obviously. I'm guessing it won't be easy to edit. And then he says not bait. It's not bait. It's not bait. It's not bait.
Expose.
What the fuck?
What a dumbass. Like if you're that into it already and like you have to ask me questions about that shit, like you're either just like some kind of script kiddie jackass moron or like I don't know, like it's just bait. It's bait. It's bait. It's bait. Like that's hilarious. That's bait.
Apropos fishing.
Yeah.
Fishing is going to be put in the game.
If you had 301 IQ, that would have worked on me. But you have 299 and I have 300.
Oh shit!
And it didn't work. Sorry.
You got an extra IQ on him, dude. That's gonna really
Sorry.
fucking wreck him. That's for sure. Ask Deroir how many ERP Snow Crows win with the P face. What?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Deroir isn't in Snow Crows. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fuck. I don't
Wrong.
even know. But yeah, you know what? That's how I make my own content. I've resorted to making my own content in the game now, Deroir. Okay, for example, on Tuesday, 512 Black Lion keys.
Boom. Value. Can you send some to me as well? Please,
Nope.
chat, send some to me. I need some as well. Please be my sugar daddy. I need one.
I've already got the keys lined up.
Yeah, the offer is there.
All you gotta do is put on that little pink wig and
Ooh.
I'll send you some. No.
Yeah, he just needs your Insta, dude. Okay, then it's,
Instagram,
yeah. It's a lot of revivals. Yeah, it is a lot of revivals. But yeah, I'm getting all that loot, guys. I'm just gonna farm that shit.
Okay, so Black Lion chest aside, is a new episode actually going to excite you, Teapot? Like, not the Winter's Day festival thing, but is an episode like Living Story episode with a Fractal going to excite you?
I'm gonna give you what I look forward to in the game. Okay, just to kind of address that question as a whole. The new episode, it very much depends on what comes with it. Yeah, of course I'm gonna be hyped to play through it, but it will take me like a day to get all of it, right? And the trouble is that what I want is major balance patches. Okay, Fractal CMs, raids, and alliances, right? New World versus World. That's basically what I'm waiting for right now, okay? And I'm not, I think it's like, when it comes to like major balance reworks, okay, I'm not talking about just one class, I'm talking like all of them, okay, is what I need. I honestly, any balance patch, I fucking love, I go crazy, I read all of, let's have a little read all of this text. I love balance patches. To me, balance patch is content, right? Okay, that, I am easy to please, right? For a, a casual player, you got to give them the story, okay? Or you got to make me happy, you got to like change some numbers and make a new trait, okay? Oh, yes! Yes, like that, fun. Okay, and that will kind of keep me going for ages until until it turns out that it fucking sucks, right?
If the Bader is back.
No,
Bader's back.
Oh my god! But yeah.
I'm studying network security in college.
Oh no.
Continue.
Why TeaTime is almost Clown Fiesta every time? Well, what else do you expect, dude? Okay, it's my stream.
It's the clown stream.
Yeah. So it very much depends what comes with the living story, right? If it comes with balance adjustments, yes. Okay. If it comes with Fractal CM, yes. Then that's very good, right? Or if it comes with anything else, okay. For example, my dream patch would be repeatable raid rewards, right? Okay, because suddenly now I'm actually gonna have people to play with, who will actually want to actively be good in grinding the raids out, right? Because if you don't, right now, I want players that I play with in Soul to be motivated to be good, right? Okay, because I've tried. Oh, believe me, I've tried, and it's almost impossible. Okay, it doesn't matter how much you flame or how nice you are. Okay, people are still fucking garbage. Okay, it makes no difference. Okay, it really doesn't. But what will happen? Okay, is if you make people just do things over and over and over and over again. Okay, it will actually make them better eventually. Okay, because repetition is the key to improvement, right? You don't get good at playing the piano, right? By playing like once a week for 2 hours, right? Or 1.5 hours. That ain't gonna cut it, right? Ain't gonna cut it. You have to play all the time. Well, you'll get better, but very slowly.
Mastered.
Right? I don't necessarily know that I agree with that. I think there are some people that are more. They have a higher aptitude for certain things, and they don't have to put in as much effort at it as other. I have to put in a lot of fucking work to be good at something because I'm a dumbass, and it just takes me a lot of repetition and practice. But there are people that I've played with in Guild Wars 2 who are just way better than I am, put in way less effort, think differently, and they're just better at it. And so, yeah. I don't know, but I kind of agree with that, but at the same time, I don't, because I think aptitude is a very big factor. But sorry, continue.
You know what I mean, right? When it comes to what I'm trying to say, there, right? People practicing more, and if the raids are repeatable, it would definitely make that happen, right? It would give people more mechanical skill, right? The way people play raids right now is that essentially they have a very scripted way of approaching at it, and they are completely unable to adapt to any situation, right? Okay, any situation. There's no adaptation in the gameplay towards. It's like very okay. When the timer says this is where I stand, right? Like when this happens, this is where I stand, right? Like no, like that's not actually being good at the game. That's basically like running through it's almost like they're playing like a rotation, but it's the entire boss, right? And honestly, I think that's boring for a start. I think they're ruining their own fun. But also, I think it's you're not going to be good at the game like that as well. But if it was raid rewards were repeatable, I think that would improve my experience in the game like so much. Actually, if raids became repeatable for rewards in some way, like a small amount of rewards in addition for fun, because like I repeat them for fun, right? Feels good, man. I like the raids. It's fun. But no, that doesn't really happen, right? Like that doesn't happen with other players, right? Not only would that really increase raid population, all week long, right? As opposed to like it kind of just drops off, right, and gets a little quiet, especially on servers like NA, on the NA server, for example. Okay? I think it would also improve player skill as well, because players would there would be a reason to be efficient with playing the game, okay, and actually get good, okay? And that is very important. It's why I think quite remarkably there's like loads of 100 CM groups that are really good, right, on Reset especially. Like loads of Fractal groups, because there's a reason to be good at it. There's a reason to kind of be efficient, and also you have to be individually better, of course, because it's Fractals. But you know what I mean, right? So yeah, that's the kind of thing that I would look for, like reward restructures to raids, or repeatable CMs, or other adding a CM to an old boss, for example. That would be pretty good. Okay, Veil Guardian CM. Okay, or Sabbather CM, that the flame wall is permanent. Yes. Gorseval, he has 8 arms and all of them slam all the time, right, or something like that. Think how cool that would be, dude. Okay, or like he has like 50 billion HP. You know what I'm saying? That would be good shit. But I mean, refutable CMs probably won't happen because I think it would split the fucking player base. I don't even know what they're talking about there. But there you go.
Yeah,
KC
you can advocate easy mode as well as CMs, not at the same time. It's either or.
I think oh really? Wow. How so? That's interesting because like they have that exact system in World of Warcraft.
You just said it yourself. It's going to split player base.
I don't think CMs would split the player base though. That's the thing.
You don't think?
No, I don't. I don't think easy mode will. This is an argument. Actually, yeah, did we have this talk last time? Because I actually, I know, and I'm not trying to be a dick here, okay, to anyone who believes this. I actually don't understand this argument. I legitimately don't understand why this would split the player base.
In like easy mode,
yeah, with easy with CMs and easy mode. I actually don't understand why that would split the player base.
Like I don't really care. Like I don't.
Especially CMs, actually. Sorry, especially CMs. I really don't get why CMs would split the player base at all. It's not an argument I comprehend actually.
Yeah. Okay. It's because ultimately people are going to throw so. Here's the thing. It goes back to like what kind of person they want and what kind of person is supporting the game financially. The people that throw tantrums about being like they're being CMs and beetle races being too hard and shit and like raids ruining the community. Raiders are toxic. Those kinds of people, those are the ones supporting the game financially. Those are the ones that have problems with those sort of things. Like, you know, people that are complaining about infantile mode or the salty, like, you know, whatever hardcore guild raiding, farm all my money and never spend a penny on Guild Wars 2. And so like, I don't know. Like I don't give a shit about easy mode. Like I think there probably at this point should be, just so like people can go into the raid, do it on easy mode. Some of them can say, wow, okay, this is cool. I like this. I experience the content. I see why other people like this. Some people go into the easy mode. They say, I think I'd like this to be a little bit harder. Let me fucking try normal mode. I got my toes in the water. Let's fucking get my knees in the goddamn water. I got 1 foot down Brazil's throat. Here comes the whole leg, Orofia. Fucking, let's go all the way. But like, I don't know. Like, just do it. Give us easy mode. I want easy mode now. I don't think it's gonna split anything. I think people are just gonna throw fits, and that's why they're not doing it, because they don't want people to throw fits. Or who the fuck? Do it. Give us easy mode. Do it.
Because the way I see it is that, yeah, I mean, of course, some people will kind of get caught in that middle. There will be some people who will stop doing the, I don't know. When it comes to like easy mode, it's like in a way, like as Brazil says, it's going to kind of be a bit of a ladder in a way. I think that would be a pretty good way to do it. But it's not like the good players wouldn't do easy mode, right? Well, I mean,
I'd do all of them.
It's not like, I mean, you wouldn't need the good players to do easy mode. That's kind of the point, right? Like, you don't need to be good to do. There was an example with 99 CM and 100 CM. You don't need good players to do like 99 normal mode, right? The point of like CM is for something for the good players to actually do, right? And for something for people to work up to, right? And of course it has better rewards. And with easy mode raids, I think it would be pretty good, right? Because suddenly it would be accessible. So suppose there's like, I'm going to arbitrary number. There's 10% of the player base who do raids, right? Okay? There's 10% of the player base who do raids, right? Something like that. So let's assume, for the sake of argument, the reason the 90% of the player base don't do raids is because it's too hard. Okay? So surely if you were to add an easy mode, then you have a potential engagement of 90% of the player base with that easy mode. So if the 90% weren't going to do the normal mode anyway, okay, what's the deal, right? What you know what I mean? I don't get it, right? You're not really splitting anything. It's already split.
Having easy mode in front of something too, just like reduces the mental barrier. Like if it's just like raids, like that's just a roadblock for people. They're like, oh fuck, I'm not good enough for that. Oh shit. Or they think, only assholes do raids. People like Brazil fucking do raids. I hate him. Fuck that. I hate this toxic community shit. Fuck raid. But if easy mode, suddenly it's like, oh.
So, I mean, Deroir, do you want to comment on what has been said? Because I don't want to cut you out. Okay.
I mean, I do believe that, like, I mean, I don't know if I really have any stance against easy mode any longer.
Hold on.
Like, go for it, whatever. What?
Totally irrelevant. The network baiter. I'm glad Brazil got unpartnered by ArenaNet. It honestly surprises me how much of a trash person he can be.
Oh my god.
He can't even give a person help for he can't even help a person asking for help. I'm really happy he got kicked out. But he's asking for help with decrypting and intercepting damage packets and shit that's like handled server side that would require like, you know, some stuff that you don't want to do. Like you're like the ultimate king of bait. Like you're just fucking brilliant. 301 IQ right here. 301 IQ. And I only have fucking, I don't know. I have 299. You're 2 whole fucking IQ points higher than me. God damn. Sorry, Deroir. I promise I care about what you say. I promise I do.
Wow.
You lie.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
I don't really have an argument against the easy mode raids. Like, try it. I mean, who really cares at this point? I guess if you want better engagement with raids, sure, let's try something new. I do believe though that if the only difference we made was make weekly challenge modes repeatable, we would actually split certain parts of the player base. We see that happen. Well, I was about to say on a daily basis, but it's actually not on a daily basis. Whenever Shadowed Observatory or the Nightmare Fractal is in the daily rotation, you see the clear split between the groups in the LFG. If you're looking at the LFG, which I am, because I fucking do it all the fucking time, you'll see the clear split between who is actually doing the CMs and who doesn't, because you'll get these completely different players still wanting to do fractals, but only wanting to do the tier 4s and completely cutting out any opportunity for them to push themselves to do the CM and get the extra rewards, even though it's a daily. And then you get the rest of us, like me, who does the CMs every day. But there is that split between the groups. It happens just dynamically. It's not necessarily a game breaking or game mode breaking, community breaking split. Like, go for it, and with the CMs in raids as well. But there's a very visible split in fractals.
The thing is, I think that idea kind of comes. It's almost like a fundamental misunderstanding of like how the raid community is. I don't think I don't think that raiders who would only do CMs would do CMs like all the time. Like, for example, I wouldn't. When I'm raiding with Salt, right? When I'm raiding with my lads, there are some groups that would not be able to do Doom CM, right? So I would do Doom normal mode. And I still do that now. I preferred to do Doom CM than normal mode. I prefer Doom CM as a fight. It's more fun, right? But some groups can't hack it, right? That's real. That's how it is. So it's just I don't really see the point. I can kind of see where you're coming from there.
Isn't that exactly the point? Some groups can't do it, but they still want to get into it.
Well,
and if you split the better players off to only do the challenge modes, like you are in the minority, like the vast minority of like elitist players that keep on keeping on with doing it multiple times a week and through LFG or with your guild multiple times.
I see what you mean. No, actually, so I think the way you would have to do it is in conjunction. You would have to have repeatable rewards for the norm mode as well. You'd have to have, in conjunction with that, you'd have to make it so doing the normal mode is not completely pointless as it stands, right? But honestly, I kind of think in a way it would have almost no effect because, like, in essence, like the good players, they log on Monday, then log off for the rest of the week, right? Already that happens.
So yeah, so in effect it would be the same.
In effect it would be the same. Yeah, that's definitely fair. Like to be honest, I suppose like the correct play is actually to make doing raids actually rewarding during the week rather than just on reset. That would probably be the way to actually do that. Like a raid daily system would actually be good. Like the thing about Fractals is kind of the same thing as raids, right? The reason raids CMs get split, right? And this might actually fix it. Like repeating Fractals is not really that good, right? It's actually better than raids, to be fair, but it's not. Fractal dailies, getting those daily chests is way better than doing Fractals over and over again, right?
Well, yeah. If you swapped another account, you're getting like tons of loot.
Well,
if that's what you're talking about.
Well, no, that's what I mean, though. I mean, when it comes to all of this content, you get a massive reward for doing it the first time. Then you log off, right? There's no reward for grinding the content. It's what I'm trying to get out of here.
Yeah, the vast majority of this game is based around the account lock. Like they keep locking us out of doing the same content over and over again. It's a fundamental issue that's happened all the way back from like dungeons.
Well, that's how you're going to split the player. That's what's splitting the player base, though. If the content was worth grinding, then you wouldn't have this split, right? Because you'd be able to spam the content, and if you can
that's the thing. Everything's kind of equalized. That's the issue. There's no real reason for you to keep doing that one content when you can go and do something else and get the exact same reward. Like you can split the entire player base across the entire game by equalizing all rewards across the board, which is what is actually in the game right now. PvP, World vs. World, PvE, like multiple different facets of PvE. It's all the same shit, different story, all the same rewards. We're getting the same shit no matter what we do.
Do you think that's
there's no real reason for you to keep grinding one thing when you can move on and what's it called, populate the entire game? Do you see what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, but isn't that a bad design philosophy?
I mean, I agree. Yeah, I fucking hate it. But that's how they're literally keeping most of these other game modes alive, I guess. It's by just incentivizing it.
Game modes alive?
I mean, we are, I guess. They're not really. I mean, you see what I mean, right?
So are you saying that hardcore players keep
are
game
not
modes
the
alive?
Main demographic?
No. Are you saying that hardcore players like MightyTeapot and content creators keep the game alive and keep people engaged and keep engagement high with the people who aren't hardcore players but want something to watch and want people to look at so they can see things that they don't do or engage in frequently, so that they stay and that they spend money on the game and enjoy it and have a good time and have something to think about?
I mean, we can argue that. I would love it to on your side. But the fact of the matter is that Guild Wars 2 Twitch is not really watched.
You're correct. I remember Nemesis.
That's the bottom line.
7 years ago.
It's a faulty argument because people don't watch us. I mean,
I wasn't making
the extent
an argument
that could really keep this going. We're not really like influencing all that many people. There are tens of thousands of players playing this game that don't interact with any YouTube or maybe just one YouTuber. I mean, or and don't watch Twitch. There's no real need to like have people be incentivized to keep streaming the same game mode over and over again when not a whole lot of people are actually watching it. I mean, self-diss here, I guess, but
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, look, it's important to get a sense of scale, right? The game is the game only appears dead if you are in the hardcore scene, right? Like the hardcore scene is what's actually like crippled and dying. I would actually say that that Guild Wars 2 population is probably really fucking good right now. Actually,
yeah.
I think every game mode has a lot of players playing it, but just none of them at a high level, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a sad reality. But again, like we're not the target audience. To be fair, you do see a lot of viewers when there's actually new content, right? For example, when the new raid came out, I believe we had around 5,000 viewers on Guild Wars 2 Twitch. Myself and WP were streaming the raid, and he had we both had around like high 2,000s in viewers. So that's obviously pretty solid, right? Even when Living Story comes around, you do see an increase in viewers as well. But yeah, look, people don't want to see like casual content on Twitch, right? They want to see like spicy content on Twitch, right? That's just how Twitch is. Like Twitch is not a very casual audience, if you will, right?
Yeah. The Guild Wars 2 community it ebbs and flows and goes in cycles, both on Twitch and in the game. What the fuck is he doing?
What the?
I'm taking a picture of the inside of my mouth to DM to Rofi on Twitter on
What the?
Spicy. Anyways, it ebbs and flows like you just said. Like whenever there's new content, people want to see it. People want to engage with it. People want to watch how it's done. They want to go out or get guides and whatnot. And people like it spikes on Twitch, and it's great. I love it. But the rest of the time, simply because people have seen it, people have interacted with it, they have a sense of what this is. They don't come back necessarily to watch us. I mean, do it over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, of course, most streams when it comes to Guild Wars 2 and a lot of MMOs in general probably is carried by personality, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what you see here, guys. You see like 3 of the most like glowing, resplendent personalities on all of Twitch, right? And that's that's why we're so popular, and just so relevant. So, but
I think it's a faulty assumption to believe that the Guild Wars 2 community wants to watch hardcore shit happen on stream all the time. Like
I think if
that was the case, you would be seeing a lot more of the smaller streamers rise to the top just by playing raids. You see a lot of raids getting streamed all the time. They're not really getting all the views. People don't just appear because it's raids. I just don't believe it.
They appear when it's new raids, right?
Oh yeah.
They appear when it's new as new content, right? And if people are entertaining, of course. I tell you what, someone was asking about a poll. Who gives a fuck about raids, right? Let's see. All right, chat. Let's do a quick survey. All right. If you guys care about raids, put let's see, PogChamp in the chat. If you don't care about raids, Dan's game in the chat. Come on, we can do a fine. We'll do a straw poll. I'll make a straw poll. Okay, we're gonna make a straw poll. Right. Let's see. Let's fucking go, boys. We're gonna do a group activity, guys. Okay. Do you care about raids? ? Yes, raids are nice meme. No, raids should be deleted. Okay, right, here we go. Right. It's done, my friends. I'm gonna link the poll. Mods, you gotta keep spamming this shit so that everyone can answer the poll. Okay? Can I have a don't care? Well, yeah. Do you care about raids? Yes or no? It's a very simple survey, guys. It's a very easy survey. There you go, guys. Let's see how this group activity goes. Okay.
If you don't care, or if you don't know if you care, you don't care.
Yeah.
All raids must die.
Yeah. All raids must die. So yeah, there you go. It's a yes or no, guys. It's a very easy yes or no. Do you care about raids? Yes or no? All right, lads. Okay, very easy. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Moving on to that, yeah. Twitch, ArenaNet do have, of course, the partner program, so they do want to promote content.
Can I? Is that something that you can still apply to join? By the way, I've been thinking about getting it.
I think so. Well, yeah. I mean, you can, yeah. And well, when it comes to Twitch and YouTube, I think YouTube is more beneficial for Twitch because YouTube is more of the casual audience anyway. Like Twitch is more of a slightly involved thing, right? You have to be there. It's live, right? It's slightly different to a YouTube video. YouTube content is kind of better in general for. I think that's what it works out better for Guild Wars 2. But it's also very biased. You're mostly raiding in your streams. It's mostly busy. Well, yeah, I know that, guys. I'm not an idiot. Okay, like my own stream thinks I'm retarded, guys. No, it's just like just out of interest, guys. Okay, I bloody hell. But anyway, in any case, this is raid channels, and not really non-biased. Of course, it's all. What as good does delete raids do anyone? What? Oh my goodness! Like, wait, you're not that guy from Reddit, are you? Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay. But anyway, it really doesn't matter. It's not a fake poll, guys. It's not a fake poll. But anyway, yeah, bias is of course going to happen, guys. And overall, the vast majority of the people would probably say they don't care about raids. Like, yeah, I know that, guys. In fact, I believe not 20 minutes ago, I even said that like 10%, if that, of the player base play raids, right? And that's a sad thing. Feels bad, man. But anyway, it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
If I may, I don't know if this is conclusively state something, because I don't know if we're about to hit an end point for the shit show or whatever we'll call it. You know what I mean? But like conclusively, I guess I'll just say I've struggled to keep up with the chat here. Not like necessarily the chat, but like, because I feel like it's a matter of perspective in the end. We're all seeing the same faults with the game, and the same positive. I think it's just a matter of perspective of whether or not we're willing to, stick through it, or I don't know, whether it frustrates us.
I am, but the thing is, I can do both. I can be frustrated and still stick through a Deroir. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to quit the game. I still really enjoy the game, but like I said, I do see a lot of wasted potential, right?
Yeah.
That is sad.
And I think we all do, to a certain degree, at least. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. I like the game. It's a fun game.
I really do like the game. Finding the middle ground on frustrating and nitpicking is tough. Well, I mean, I mean, it is. I don't think I'm nitpicking here, honestly, dude. Like, when it comes to this, like, there is not much content aimed at a player at me, and that is pretty much fact, I think. So yeah, there you go. I mean,
there's a lot of content. We just don't want to play it.
Well, there's a lot of content, but I already kind of did it. I mean, it's I've done the Beetler races and it was fun. Okay,
you've done the raids as well. Does that mean you should stop?
Done the raids. Well, because I don't particularly enjoy the Beetler race. It was fun like the first time, but I mean, it's just it's a fucking Beetle race. It's just not for me, right? It's just not for me. It was all right. It was okay. And then I did the achievements and I stopped. I mean,
But I mean, a lot of players feel the same way about raids, I guess.
Yeah, but there aren't that many raids, and there's a lot of casual content.
No, but I think like it's, if I may, just like,
if you may allow me to disagree,
slightly, and make kind of a bad comparison. But like, imagine if people, if like this very vocal part of the community, 10% of the community, were going crazy about Beetle races or Living Story for that matter. Say like, all right, I really fucking want to like try hard Living Story instances. How can I speed run Living Story? Imagine if that was the most vocal hardcore community that we had, and you were just sitting there thinking, "Fuck, son."
Wait, what?
It's a minor part of the raids and Living Story. They're all just a minor part of the game. That's all getting, I mean, developed alongside one another. I I find it to a player's own detriment to only focus on a single game mode, regardless of anything. Like only playing raids or only finding the enjoyment from raids. It's kind of a, not necessarily just raids, but only just one game mode, just Fractals or Living Story or whatnot. If it's only one thing, I believe you're destined to burn yourself out. Unless it gets fully developed constantly and only gets attention by or gets the main attention or whatever.
Well, no, it's not that I think it's the main attention. I just think it doesn't get enough. I think it's underrepresented, right? If you look at the systems team, like they're kind of like almost like railing back on all of the hardcore content to the point where all the teams just like bundled together, so everyone's doing the same thing at this point, right? I don't know. I don't think that I don't think that the game modes that I like get enough attention. But the thing is, I would extend that to other stuff. I don't think PvP gets enough attention either. I don't think World of Sword gets nearly enough attention. I think the only thing that does get attention is basically the casual content, right? I'm not saying that they should only focus on raids or only focus on PvP. I'm just saying they should do something instead of nothing, right?
I agree. Yeah.
I think there are really big problems in all of the 3 hardcore game modes, and I think they don't get addressed consistently. They don't get addressed. That's the problem, right? It's not that there's too much focus on Living World. I think Living World is a very fine thing, but I think it's incorrect to just like. It's just not the best thing to like only focus on like the casual content, right? I mean, it's fine.
It's the game mode that they get the most interaction with, I guess.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. But I think like even though it's the most popular game mode, I think the amount of development that goes into, or it seems like the amount of stuff assigned to it, okay, is just more than perhaps should be. Or no, not even that, right? Like, no, it's not more. I don't want to take anything away from casual players. That's not the intention. I just think that there should be more attention given to raids and the actual core mechanics of the game, right? Well, raids, PvP, and World of Sword, I think they all need more focus, right? Okay, all need more focus. It does appear that there's a lot of stuff going on in like gem store, like a lot of like all the best rewards are essentially like get funneled into the fucking gem store. Like, you can dye that and you can't dye the legendary armor.
I mean, they're maybe the shiniest.
Yeah, the shiniest. That's I mean,
that
yeah,
doesn't make them the best.
I mean, they look.
They're like the bottom of the shit pile. It really is. All the shine, no, throw it down the trash. Fuck that shit. It means nothing. Get that gamble chair out of my face. No stupid casuals. Fuck off. I'm just kidding. But for real though,
dirty casual.
All the outfits and all that shit. Like it's become a mark of a plebeianism to me. Like when I see somebody actually shining and just like fucking glowing all over the place because they bought some gem store shit, it's the mark of a pleb. It really is.
What's the mark of a pleb?
I don't see anything cool about it. I really don't.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, I don't really care about fashion wars that much, so I'm not the best person to talk about this.
It's not necessarily about the fashion. It's just the sole attachment to or the affiliation to what it means. Swipe your card. Done.
Yeah.
Like
you've got my attention.
Yeah.
I mean, right.
Swipe my card. Oh, I have a card to swipe.
Just by sheer wow. Oh, wait, he's out.
He's out.
Just by sheer affiliation with the gem store, it just completely diminishes any like look or value that it might represent by just shining.
Swipe my card.
Oh my god.
PSA 9 first edition Magician's Force.
Dark
Are you gonna break it?
Swipe my card.
I dare you.
I'm actually gonna take it out of that.
I dare you.
To see if it gets a 10. I'm not going to do it now though because I have other stuff to send in.
Okay. All right. Nice.
I think I have 9 Exodia sets now, by the way.
Oh, 9 but why?
I love Exodia.
Okay.
So why do you play Guild Wars 2? Because you like it.
Well, I'm not one to talk. I've got 25 Guild Wars 2 accounts, so I mean, yeah, there you go. So you've got a long way to go, Brazil. You gotta catch up, okay? You gotta catch up a little bit.
I see a lot of people here saying that pleb supports my game, and thank you for doing that. I'm not necessarily trying to shit on you for funding the game. I actually really appreciate it, but I'm just saying that it's not the coolest gear. That was my argument.
Regardless, even if it doesn't get like all the fucking, it gets a lot of the skins go in the gem store, right? And a lot of the high quality skins, high fidelity, shall we say, right? Would that be fair then? Like a lot of the high fidelity content goes in the gem store, right? And certainly with the like mount skins, right? There have been no mount skins that are obtainable in game, correct? For doing something in the game.
Well, core.
Yeah. Wait.
The core skin, I guess.
Wait, what's that? The core skin?
Well, the
the base
initial
skin. Yeah.
The base skin.
I was gonna say, right? Yeah. And say for gliders, right? They did actually, to be fair, they did actually put gliders in the game for getting for the PvP, the Fractals, and the World vs. World, of course, yeah. Which that's good, that's fine. Which is good, right? But I mean, like there was not even one in raids. For getting anything in raids. Like, in fact, Soul River Glider in the gem store, right? You know what I mean? Like this is it's,
gem store.
It feels pretty bad, right? And a lot of this is where like the development time goes. I think the development time should actually, it's my personal opinion that I would like to see stuff like raids, PvP, and World versus World developed a little bit more, okay? Because
but
those are pretty important parts of the game.
You're not really gonna put the artists on a coding job for PvP, are you?
I mean, have they not been doing that? I thought that's why it sucked so hard.
Oh my god.
Oh, oops, sorry. I didn't.
You know what I mean, right? It's not like it's gonna change any. The guy who makes the mount is not necessarily even capable of designing anything for PvP or raids.
Yes, you have really discovered why companies hire multiple people and split multiple people up to do different things into teams so they can make one product that has variety in it.
Yeah. So the thing is, something like the Soul River Glider and Sabbathar or whatnot going on the gem store is not necessarily the root cause or the gem store is not necessarily the root cause of that. There were probably rewards designed for the raid, and the gem store rewards team were like, hey, do you know what would be cool if we sold some of these rewards on the gem store?
Gem store.
It's like if you guys were watching, you probably didn't because it was, I mean, whatever. The guild
chat, yes.
Yes, the guild chat about the dog, the Basenji dog.
That's my dog.
It was not yet. It was not last week. Like the week before that. It was like a pet project from the dev who was
Wait.
Unintended. It was a pet project from a dev who really fell in love with the animations of the oh my god, of the Basenji dog. And they had to scrap it at one point until the rewards or gem store team kind of came and said, hey, we would like to ship this. Can you finish it? It was the only reason why that ever even came into the game. It's like, it's not necessarily just, I mean, the gem store going, or the gem store rewards team going, hey, make us all these mounts. They started the project for something, and then it got overtaken, probably. By the gem store rewards team.
In that case, I just have to like go to the ultimate low level criticism. Then in that case, I would have to say I fundamentally disagree with the way ArenaNet is developing their game.
Oh yeah, if reward wise,
just in general, right? I disagree with the direction that they're taking the game. I think the focus should always be on content, right? And actually putting things in the game for like the players to actually play.
But that also has to get funded somehow.
Well, dude, they make a fucking killing off these goddamn mount skins. I mean,
and you're probably right, but like nonetheless, you still have to fund like something. I mean,
okay, so
the money has to come from somewhere.
Yes, but so here's the thing. Like, I don't know how much of it's real, how much of it's true, how much it's just rumors and whatever, but like apparently people at ArenaNet, like coders and whatever's, don't get paid very much. They get paid like $13 an hour, like plus or minus. That's not very much money, first of all. Like that's just not very that's not very much money. And that's like I've talked to developers in other places and people that like the thing is it's people's dreams to go and make cool video games that everyone wants to play. So they see an opportunity and they're like, oh, I want to make a video game that fucking everybody wants to play. Yeah, I'll do it for that much money. And maybe they have benefits and whatever on top of it, which whatever. But like if you have people that you're employing that you're only paying like that much, I'm sure there are people that obviously make more than that. But like if you have 250 employees, you're paying a good number of them not very much money, but you're still making a fucking lot of money. Like there's money like floating around that something's happening with. I don't know, but it's just like there's gotta like there I don't know. Nike says there's no way they're paying people under 40K in Seattle. I have no idea. That's what I've heard. But like even still like $20 an hour for something that's like a skill set, like a desirable skill set, which there is kind of saturation in that industry probably. Like that's still not a ton. That's pretty like that's okay, but I don't know. I'm not sure where the money's going exactly and like what's happening with it. It's just kind of confusing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure you could look at some of this stuff on like fucking Glassdoor or whatever. I mean, not really something we should speculate or talk about, to be honest. With regards to like internal practices, it's a bit confusing. But then yeah, I just suppose that the amount of developers they have on actually making content for the game, in my opinion, is not enough. Then I guess I mean, how many developers do they actually have working on World versus World and only World versus World? What?
Probably like 4.
Yeah, something like
honestly, that. Like that is like maybe a little ambitious, honestly. You know.
Oh, you think it's less than that?
Yeah.
If you think it's less than that, then it's probably 0 to 2.
It's
depending on what day.
But World versus World. No, this is the thing though. World versus World like is Guild Wars 2's in a way Guild Wars 2's USP, right? In my opinion, it does realm versus realm. Or whatever you want to call it, right? RVR, blah, blah, blah. In a way that no other game actually does. It's remarkably unlaggy, right? The combat system lends itself remarkably well to it, and it's accessible to everyone. Like anyone can play World vs. World. It's like an AoE fucking spam fest, right? It's a very accessible game mode, and it's kind of something that Guild Wars 2 is pretty unique, right? Pretty unique. It is unique.
I agree.
For Guild Wars 2. And they have like 2 devs on it. What the fuck? I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know how many developers, but it's not many, okay? It's not many. And then right, for the raid team, I believe, was it something like 7 developers were focused on raids and only raids? I mean, fuck.
You can get a lot done with 7 good devs though. Like if you have 7 people that are really fucking good at it, and like they have the tools and they know how to use the tools that are required to create them, like they can knock shit out. Like surely. But like I think the problem is that again, like raids weren't what ArenaNet wanted, and so they're like, well, maybe make less of those and do this shit and just do raids at home because you're salad or whatever the case is. I don't know.
I mean, I guess to a certain degree, I guess I'm a little bit jaded. Obviously, I see the end game content as it should be the main priority, right? But I don't actually think that necessarily the ArenaNet developers see that as their ultimate goal, right? You've got a lot of fucking different devs probably who just wants to tell a great story, and that's their fucking thing. And that's probably the main bulk of all of these devs wanting to tell a great story through the tools that they have with a living story. They're not trying to push the game. They're not trying to push the balance. we're just kind of projecting our wants and needs onto that and saying they should totally care about this. But what if they don't? What if it's only literally just 7 people that cares about that?
Are there still 7 people on the raid team?
I mean, I don't know.
We don't know, right? I mean, they've all been like mangled together into the systems team now. Like everyone's been smushed together at this point under one banner, right? So it's difficult to say. Oh, they're okay. Here's the thing, though, Zora. Okay, I am very, very cynical about this thing because I said, they said, this episode got delayed, but don't worry, guys. Like we had our new system that's going to make us sure that the next ones won't get. Of course it was PR. But that's the thing, why did they say that then? Okay, if that's just PR, then what the fuck? I mean, look, I'm scared of using the word dishonest because look how that worked out for Mister up here, okay?
I'll fucking say it. They're dishonest.
But I mean, how
they flat out fucking lied about legendary armor, like on a live stream in front of multiple times.
Oh boy.
They just did. Like, I don't care. Like,
hide,
they did.
Hide.
The glow does not persist. It doesn't. Sorry. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. 1 year twice is, in fact, 2 years. Sorry. Like, it's been a while since, like, I've watched the stream. But, like, fucking, I don't know. Like, I don't have a problem saying it. You can fucking ban my account.
Yep.
I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. I have I don't care. I am untouchable by ArenaNet because I don't give a fuck. Yep. I'm the Donald Trump of fucking Guild Wars 2.
Oh god. Oh boy.
Like, and I also don't have a problem. It's over, Deroir. Come back. Come on. I don't have a problem telling them like the things that they've done good. Like, are the things that are great or awesome? Or Arofia has DM'd me something. Let's take a look at this.
I think it's safe now.
The fuck?
This is good.
Yeah?
Hold on, I need my heart eyes emoji. How do I do
God.
that? Fucking iPhone.
I'm scared. I'm scared what kind of degeneracy might have unfolded. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like there's like they've created like an MMO and like a whole world that's like just I hate to say the word charming because that's just like how do you define that? But like I don't really know. Is like it's still kind of elusive. It's just like a really like it's engaging and it gets you in and you're like, fuck, this is just something special. It's like I don't really know how to put my finger on it. There's just something really cool about this. And so like that's why I get like mad and like I wasn't always mad and pissed off and My Chemical Romance emo about Guild Wars 2, but like it just kind of happened after a long time of I don't know, just nothing happening to the game.
But, yeah, it feels bad. Feels fucking bad, dude. Feels fucking bad. Wait,
so yeah,
Deroir, what's happened on your stream? I saw Drac Queen playing Guild Wars 2. What is that?
That's a really interesting way of spelling Drac.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah,
it was a brief visit. I hope you enjoyed it, Benny.
Deroir is the sneaky of Guild Wars 2, dude. Okay, he does some dank cosplays, right? Yeah, he is the true trap. Okay, there you go. That's what it is. But wait, does anyone have any final comments? Because honestly, I think it's getting to the point where like this needs to get executed, right? This, we need to like drop the hammer on this one, right? I think.
Yeah. Oh, I've been disengaged for how long has this been going on? Does Discord? Oh, what's the uptime command?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Ever since I called Deroir retarded 10 minutes in, I felt bad.
Wait.
It's like I
think we should be. I think we should be friends.
Kind of hard.
Yeah. And it feels bad.
I didn't even call me retarded, but all right, it's all right.
Okay, fine. I mean, I called you.
Call me even worse names, but yeah,
no. I called Big L retarded, but I was correct about that.
Oh boy. Okay, all right. I just think we should all be friends. And you know what? I don't know. In my extreme naivety, I assumed this wouldn't be a complete clown fiesta shit show, and
it was.
Yeah,
it was.
And it was only halfway there. Okay. I can't wait to see the YouTube comments, boys. I really can't.
Oh, you're gonna have like a 70% dislike on this one, easy.
It's like
Easy.
YouTube rewind kind of numbers. Let's go. Boom.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
haven't seen that. Is that out?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I bet that's bad.
it's not looking good. Delete the VOD and delete the evidence,
We
maybe.
need some Fortnite in here to spice things up.
Do you guys like
according to
Fortnite?
Will
Should we
Smith.
do
Let's
some
go.
squads? Should we do some squads? You know,
I don't even know how to play this fucking game.
let's all log on to Ashes of Creation Alpha right now. I'm gonna go do that
No.
right now. Let's go play that.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, I think that'll about do it. Does anyone have any final comments on that? You know what?
Oh my god!
I'll probably
6.2 million dislikes.
You
So,
know,
yeah.
Deroir, do you want any final comments before we run away in fear?
This is probably gonna be my last tea time I'm here for the year.
Yeah.
No, just for the year here.
Just ever. Okay, he's never coming
Don't worry.
back.
No. I'll be back. Don't worry. I need to like wake up. I don't know, but yeah, I'll be moving to Seattle here at the end of the year. So bye bye, y'all.
Oh,
See
shit.
ya on the other side of the
Seattle.
yeah.
You're going. He's joining ArenaNet.
That only took you 15 seconds.
He's joining
Holy
ArenaNet.
shit. Fucking come to Texas. Let's hang out. I'll teach you to shoot guns, and we'll go be fucking Americans together. Holy shit.
Go be fucking Americans.
Yeah.
All right. That's a date if I can make it down there. Not a date. You know what I mean. Fucking.
Oh, wait, it's a date, dude.
I mean,
you're gonna wear the wig.
Wear that wig. It might be.
Oh my god.
But
yeah, I'm going NA voice.
yeah.
Easy.
But there you go. You know, honestly, I still do really like the game, guys. These are just a lot of like minor grievances I've had, and I've expressed every single problem I have with the game in one tea time. Okay, so that's it. It's out of my system now. We're back to PMA tomorrow, boys. Here we go. Gonna be, you know, all gonna be happy again. I've got it out of my system. I've roasted the game as hard as possible. I've said everything that I don't like about it in one go, and it feels damn good. Okay, feels I should make a fucking YouTube video. Okay, but actually, maybe not the best idea. Yeah.
About the roast or what?
The ArenaNet roast video. No, we aren't going to do that, guys. Okay. But yeah, honestly, I do still really love the game, guys. It is an excellent game. And that's honestly why it's so frustrating when things don't, you know, live up to my expectations. That's basically how I feel about it, right? Like when I feel that the direction of the game is not one that is good, in my opinion, and I see all this waste of potential, it does really suck. Because in my mind, I have the vision of this game, okay, being as good as it is and living up to its true full potential and just and it is sad when that happens. It's sad when I even consider thinking about playing other games, guys, okay? And that honestly did get to me over the past week, and that's the reason why we had this tea time where we got Brazil here, okay? That's a big part of it, because I just wanted to just vent a bit, you know?
Yeah. So like, I'll just. Well, I don't know. I don't want to like last word or cut anybody off. Actually, I do because I'm a tyrant asshole and I fucking don't care about anyone else other than you guys. Got that? I'm fucking serious. This is real Brazil. I hate everyone. I am the smartest. 301 IQ. Scumbag. Emo. My Chemical Romance. Edge.
Voted for Trump and everything.
I actually didn't vote because I don't vote. I didn't this time. Anyways, but yeah, so like my whole thing with Guild Wars 2 was like I never had a problem being the bad guy and being a little extreme and being the guy that like nobody else really fucking wanted to be, but like people would say like speak out every now and then, post a comment on Reddit or on a video. People would really get mad and want to vent. And like I've always been happy to come in and just act like a complete dumbass raging moron and just like throw shit at the walls, just raise my voice so people can see, first of all, like maybe have some perspective of like what the temper tantrums really look like, and also like vent a little bit so they're like, okay, fuck, well, he did it for me, now I've got that out of my system, let's play Guild Wars 2 and have fun. And like I liked entertaining, so that's what it is. It's fun. So like if none of you ever caught on after 6 years of that happening, maybe here's the hint. Like that's what it all was.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like there are points in there, but you kind of have to dig past all the meme to get to them. That's okay.
Okay, there you go. And Deroir, do you have any final comments on the topics before we kind of shill ourselves?
I'm tired.
Yeah. I know. Honestly, guys, look, can we please give? I want everyone to be friends here. Can we please have a bit of a round of applause for Deroir? Okay, I want a kappa with like the clap. Okay, in the chat for Deroir because he's put up with a deluge of negativity today. Okay, and I think he deserves a lot of respect for that on its own. But yeah, go ahead, take it away, Deroir. Give us a statement, your thoughts. And then you can tell us a little bit about what you do yourself, if you so desire.
I really like the game. I think it's fun. Guys, it's a great game. It's good fun. I enjoy it. And the story. But yeah, it is I, Deroir. And I play all the different game modes every week. It's good fun. It's very diverse. And I don't know how many times I can keep repeating myself because it's getting kind of weird that I'm just going in circles now. So go check out my Twitch channel. Easy. Subscribe to me. I need those NA money now. Please. Yeah. It's expensive to move.
The NA money.
It is in
fact. Okay. All right. There you go. Go ahead and do that. I'm gonna post the links. Will be, of course, in the chat and below the stream as well. Brazil, what's up? You've recently returned with the legendary armor video. The video that got you cleansed from the partner program. Can we expect anything else in the future from yourself on that YouTube channel?
It's all going to depend on whether or not I get banned, like my account gets banned after today, which that's a possibility of. I don't know. Yeah, I've been like I just moved to the coast, and so like I'm busy as shit. Not the Seattle coast, the Texas coast is way shittier, and the water's dirty, and fucking the crime is way higher. But yeah, so like I'm busy, like I've fucking got stuff to do, and so I just don't have a ton of time to make Guild Wars 2 content right now. And yeah, I also need to get a new computer because that is also making things difficult whenever I load a game and then it crashes out after an hour and then just won't cooperate after that. But that'll be fixed soon. I'm gonna get one. So yeah, I'd like to make more stuff. I've always enjoyed making content for the game, and just kind of getting on and talking about shit. And so I'll forever be the Guild Wars 2 bad guy, just waiting in the shadows when people need me.
All right.
And shout, Arofia, you can come to Texas too. We'll have. So.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's see the result of the poll. Okay, for a start, before I shill. 150 voted yes, and then 52 said no. So there you go. Honestly, that's obviously not representative at all. This poll is completely worthless. But this clearly means that 74% of the Guild Wars 2 player base wants raids. Therefore, we should add raids into the game. Nice! But anyway, well, I hope you guys have derived some enjoyment from this stream. It's been a little bit spicy, okay? A little bit of spice, okay? And, I do like that, okay? I do love some spice. But hopefully it hasn't been too negative for you guys. I just wanted to get all that off my chest, really. It's been a frustrating time for me in the game, right? Unfortunately. But we got there in the end, and I'm still gonna have fun in the game, and I'm still looking forward to playing what's coming up next. But yeah, there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the stream, drop it a follow if you haven't already. We do tea time as a show like this. It's not always this much of a clown fiesta. Sometimes we actually have actual topics and talk about things. Although, to be fair, we actually did have a pretty focused topic today, actually, all in all.
Yeah, for once, actually.
Yeah, it's... oh, the irony. Oh, the irony, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
We're united in roasting the game. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching.
Don't worry, when Teapot quits and goes to AOC easy, you can just give your Guild Wars sub over to me. I'll take it, don't worry.
What's AOC?
Ashes of Creation. A new MMO.
What?
New MMO, dude. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna last for about 9 months.
Trash combat and cost $250 to get into. Let's go.
Well, I mean, no, it's not even out yet. What the fuck? But anyway, Follow the stream, subscribe. I stream all the time. I'm actually not streaming tomorrow. I'm not here tomorrow actually. So you have to survive one day. But I'll be back on Tuesday for some insane Winter's Day content, guys. Black Lion key opening. I'm going to open mass gifts. It's going to be a huge meme. But yeah, other than that, I can say nothing else. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Follow, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube so you can leave a mean comment there as well. Be sure to say which one of us you hate the most. Very, very important. And of course,
we enjoy that very much.
We will see you guys a little bit later on in the future.
In the mist.
In the
Does
mist.
it cost $180 a year? Jesus fuck.